Not too late. Nope. Not too late. What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to the CODcast, the greatest podcast in the history of goddamn mankind, and you are not too late. In fact, you're right to fuck on time. In fact, actually, you are a little late, because I started the show early tonight. I did about 30 minutes early today, because people were, like, begging me. But anyway, I'm going to, like, cut that part off, so that won't actually be seen. All you will see is this part. So thank you fucking guys for joining me. Welcome to the CODcast. I have a great show for you tonight, as always. I lay this show out, and I have probably well over 3 hours. Tonight, we're going to look at how big of a fucking piece of shit I am. I've done a lot of problematic videos in the past, and I'm only going to take a look at 2 of them tonight, because I have so much other shit to cover. But yeah, done some bad shit in my 10-year career on YouTube, and we're going to look at that and look at how it was different. It was different 10 years ago. It was a different fucking time back then. I was able to get away with things that I could not get away with now, and I probably should not have gotten away with it back then. It was even bad when I did it back then, but for somehow I did not get punished for it. Instead, I got rewarded for it greatly. In fact, it launched me into minor fame, very, 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 very minor fame. But we're going to talk about that, and always we're going to read the chats. How you guys doing tonight? I appreciate you joining me. I looked earlier, and it looks like the number's a little low tonight. Look, folks, if you like the show, please consider sharing it with people. Like, that's a great way to spread the show. Now, I know I'm biased, but I think this is a good show. I think this is one of the few podcasts out there that somebody picks 50 fucking topics and then goes full speed for 3 hours straight, running through topics. I think it's, very, very fast-paced. Good show, in my opinion, and the feedback has been great. The support has been great from the community. But the ratings aren't really going up very much, and the reason why is because people aren't sharing the video with the people, and they're not, like, tuning in every week, and that's ultimately, that's on me. I can't blame anybody else for that except for myself. If I do a good enough show, then the ratings will increase, and I'll be more successful. So I'm trying to fine-tune the formula here on the show, but at the same time, it would very much help if you guys will share the show with other people. If you like the show, please support the art that you like so it doesn't disappear. That would be great. Also, we're having Vosh on the show next Monday. On Monday. Yep. Only 3 days away. And, Vosh is 10 times more popular than I am. So if Vosh can do it, fucking surely I can do it. So help our brother out. As always, if you want to help the show out, one of the best ways to fucking do it is through the Patreon. Where's my Patreon? Here it is. Patreon.com/CODcast. We're up to 452. Somehow we got more patrons and less money. I don't know how that happened. Apparently, a couple of my big patrons said fuck you and left, and then a couple smaller patrons come on board. But anyway, if you like the show, $1 or $2 a month really helps. Most of the money goes to the Human Society Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, which I set up here to rescue dogs and shit. You guys know the drill. If you want to help the show, help the fucking show, dude. Appreciate it. And as always, best way to support the show, super chats. Lifeblood of the show, super chats. No questions dodged, every question answered. Please ask me something that's going to embarrass the fuck out of me, or stump the band, ask me something that I can't possibly know the answer to, or I'll pretend, and all kinds of fun will be had. So, super chat! Be sure to super chat me. I already have a few super chats. I guess I could go random. Hey, Dusty, Fernando Pareto gave me $1.99. Hey, what's up, Fernando? How you doing, man? Thank you for tuning in. Billy Boy Blue, $5. Heads up, your streams aren't showing up on my YouTube alerts. Yeah, I don't know why. Some people said they were showing up. Some people said they weren't showing up. I have no idea why this is the case at all. Maybe YouTube is fucking me, but there's nothing I can do about this. I don't know if they're going to fuck me, if my audience is not. I don't know. All I can do is fucking turn the shit on and do the best show I can, and then whatever else happens is, up to fate. I'm just tired of worrying about it at this point. If I'm getting fucked, I'm getting fucked. I can't do anything about it. Hi, Dad. You're one of the only YouTubers I give money to. Well, you're very smart. I appreciate that. Autumn Preacher? I'm bad at names, man. What the fuck is it? I'm bad at faces, too, man. I have facial aphasia, is that what it's called? Where you can't, recognize motherfuckers after you've seen them a couple times. So, bad at faces, bad at names, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. Chris L0081234, $1.99. Did you do anything on Rebecca Watson? I don't think I've ever done anything on Rebecca Watson that I can remember, but I wasn't really involved in Elevator Gate, and I was never involved in Gamergate. I was never involved in all that shit. So, I was only very, very minorly involved in the anti-HJW stuff. I did a couple of videos, and I was in the TJ video, but I wasn't really heavily involved in that. Your vid of when you confronted the street preacher in Denver is my all-time favorite. That was epic. Yeah, that was fun. I almost didn't do that. I was with a guy who filmed the whole thing, and he kind of goaded me into doing that. When the guy was yelling at me that I was going to burn in hell, and I was like, no, I'm not. And then he started getting in on me, and then my friend was like, go get him. Go get him. This is what you're supposed to be all about, confronting these people. Put your money where your mouth is. Do it. And so I just went up and destroyed the guy because of that. It was fun. John $8.99. Yeah, ever thought about covering TNR programs? Cats. I've actually covered that before. I did a whole section about that on Facebook actually, where we got a cage from Walmart, like a cat capture cage, a real big, nice one and shit. And we captured many of the cats around this neighborhood, and then we took them to the TNR to get them spayed and neutered, and we released them. That's one of the things we do here at the Humanist Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary. So your $1.99 goes to help support that kind of stuff. Thank you very much. HS Ross, $5 to get the word out about the show, maybe do more collabs, go on other folks' channels. Also, please make sure to read the super chats from the pre-show. Okay, I did that, right? I'm doing that right now. I will, like I'm having Vosh on. It's kind of problematic to have people on the show because when you have people on the show, then you have fans that are mad at you. Like I have so many people that don't want me to have Vosh on the show. They're like emailing me, messaging me, don't have that Vosh on the show. He's a fucking dickhead, dude. Like he's a misogynist. Like back in the day, he used to be friends with Destiny, and like he harassed some women back in the day and whatnot, and he has also friends with shoe on head, so fuck that dude, don't give him time. And I'm like, the only people I don't really want to be associated with or have on here are white supremacists, because I have this whole no platform for Nazis thing, and I kind of stick to that. But other than that, like I'm willing to kind of talk to anybody. If we have problems, I'm willing to confront you on your problems and work them out and shit. And just the fact that he's friends with Shoe, like that's not, I think that's dumb. Like I had no problem telling him how I feel about that, but like also that's his business. I'm not gonna like write him off because he's friends with somebody I don't like. That would be silly of me. And as far as harassing women in the past, newsflash, I've harassed women in the past. I have. Like it's been many, many, many years, but like I'm not proud of it. I behaved in ways that were totally fucking shameful that I look back and I'm embarrassed of. So fucking heavily embarrassed of. I look back at some of my behavior that I did towards women, and it was 100% the only reason I did it was because of low self-esteem. Because I was rejected by these women, and they made me feel bad about myself. And so when you feel bad about yourself, when you get rejected, the way a lot of men handle it is they lash out at the women. It's not my fault. I'm obviously an amazing fucking catch. And the reason you rejected me is because something's wrong with you. Because you're just like a bitch or a slut or a whore or something. Whatever it is to make myself feel better about the rejection. And so I've done that too, but I'm not proud of it. I've changed. I've learned from it. I've tried to own up to those mistakes and be a better person in the future. And so if Vosh has done the same thing, like all I fucking do on this show is teach redemption, right? All I do is teach that all you have to do is own up to your bullshit and let it change you for the better. Use it as a public example to people. And if he's done that, then, he deserves redemption like everybody else. So we'll ask. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. Hopefully you guys tune in and enjoy that. So that'll be Monday on the show. Vosh. I said get the fuck out to Honestred. I don't know who Honestred is, but okay. Guy, you were saying problematic as many times as Sam Cedar does. Use the thesaurus. I think I said it twice. God, you guys are so fucking stupid. They're mostly 15-year-olds, though. Don't know what you're talking about, but I assume you mean like shoe and heads fans. Probably so. Walmart has animal traps. Yeah, online. You can't really get them at Walmart store, but you can order stuff online and have it shipped to you. I don't think it matters who you have on your show. Yes, it matters who I have on my show. Absolutely. Ask anybody who was platformed like Jeff Garapay if it matters, if they had Jeff Garapay on the show. Yeah, it matters. Totally. Dude, you shouldn't worry about your past actions. Everyone has past, but it is the person you are now that counts. I mean, yes and no. If I'm going to call other people out on their past actions, it's hypocritical for me not to point out my past bad actions and explain why I no longer agree with that and use them as teaching tools to help people, understand how I move beyond that, how they also can move beyond that kind of thinking. It's what you should do. In fact, when you put out bullshit information or harmful information, you have an obligation to correct the record and help people use that as a teaching tool to not, to do worse. Please do the Voss show at a more humane time. I mean, it's 8 p.m. Central Time. That's as fucking humane as it possibly gets, right? I can't help it if you foreigners are from foreign countries move to goddamn America like real human beings. Nothing I can do for you fucking foreigners, right? Goddamn foreigners. Can you showcase your old racist videos? Which one are racist to you? I'm going to showcase 2 tonight. All right, let's go ahead and get started on my old videos, since we're going to point out that tonight. We're going to talk about some of my old content and why I'm a piece of shit for making it. And, folks, I started doing YouTube 10 years ago, right? Over 10 years ago. My channel's over 10 years old now. I'm like one of the OGs on YouTube. one of the fucking old school people. Like, how many other people have had a channel for 10 years and managed to use that channel as their sole job for 10 years? Not very many people, in my opinion, probably. So I'm one of the few that did it. And so we're going to talk about some of the stupid shit that I said in my first videos. And let's just start with the very first video I ever did. Oh my God. Okay, the very first video on my channel. What is it? That's not it. God, that's not it. That's even... It's not this. That's bad. It's not that, though. Here it is. Faith is retarded in HD. Funny video mocking the delusional. Oh my God. Cringe. All right. So, now look, folks, I try not to say the word retarded anymore when I'm using it as an insult towards other people. So when I'm saying it right now, I'm not saying the word retarded as an insult towards anybody. I'm just saying it because I'm pointing out what the video is called, and I'm pointing out, you know, what the language the video used. But nowadays, I try not to use the word retarded because I understand that it is an ableist slur, right? For those of you who don't understand what ableism is basically when you use words that are supposed to demean people who are not 100% fit and able. They have some kind of genetic disorders or mental disorders or whatever it is that make them, you know, atypical. And so you use certain words to basically, that basically put them down, like retarded. And, I didn't understand any of these concepts 10 years ago, and back 10 years ago, it was way, way, way more acceptable to use these type of words. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't acceptable back then. It was just more acceptable. Like today, I would get destroyed for doing this, but back in the day, I got rewarded for it. You know, this video actually kind of put me on the map. So the problem with this video is I wasn't just using the word retarded to make fun of Christians. I actually showed people with Down syndrome, and I associated people with Down syndrome with the word retarded. So we're going to watch a little bit of this and just show how embarrassing and fucking cringe it was for me to do this. And then we're going to discuss whether I should take this video down or I should leave it up or how I should behave about this. So this was back when I wasn't sure about putting my face on video. I actually did some test videos before I shot this video, and it was so fucking awful. I was so stiff and horrible that I deleted the videos and never showed anybody. And so I made this video without showing my face just to kind of get my feet wet. And I put this out there with nobody, like I had 0 subscribers to my channel. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. And somehow my channel took off because of this video. So we're going to watch part of it. Let's have a look. All right, let's say that I was friends with Kirk Cameron. And let's say that Kirk Cameron was over my house one day and I told Kirk Cameron that the story of the 3 little pigs was a true story. Now, I think we can all agree that Kirk Cameron would have to be incredibly stupid to believe me, especially if I don't give him any evidence, if I didn't back it up with some kind of scientific information, some kind of research done by a respectable source. If I didn't give him any evidence at all and he believed me, we can all agree that he is very, very stupid. But this is the exact definition of the word faith. Faith means to believe in something that you don't have any proof for. Which is exactly the same thing as Kirk Cameron believing me when I tell him that the story of the 3 little pigs is true. So far, so good. Every single one of us would make fun of Kirk Cameron if he believed me for telling him that without any evidence. Which makes me wonder, why does our society revere men of faith? Because it's exactly the same. These men are the biggest retards of our society. Okay, here's the problem. Here's where the problem comes in. These people are the biggest retards in society, and then I use somebody with Down syndrome to illustrate the retardedness of these people. Yes. That's a fucking problem, dude. I totally admit that. Goddamn. Like, that's horrible. Like, this is bad. This is bad. So, it's a good video. It's a good message, except for, you know, the ridiculous able slurs that I'm using here. I feel bad about this. Like, this it's just so dumb. Like, these people that have Down syndrome, they shouldn't be mocked because they're mental disabilities, and they shouldn't be compared, especially in the way I did it, to people who are actually of sound mind. They just choose to be stupid on purpose, which is totally fucking different. The two things aren't comparable, and me comparing the two is problematic. You know, you can have a problem using that word all you want to, but that's the correct word to use here. So let's keep going just a little bit and see even how much more cringy this fucking shit gets. They take great pride in believing in things without any evidence. Faith is not something you should be proud of. Faith is something to be scorned, ridiculed, and mocked at every chance. Because why would anyone believe anything without evidence? This is an insane way to live your life. Faith does not make you pious. Faith makes you gullible. The definition of the word gullible is to be easily tricked or deceived. And who are the people who are easiest to trick and deceive? The people who believe in things without any evidence. The faithful. Of course, I realize that most Christians don't consider themselves to be gullible. They believe there's lots of information backing up Christianity. They've been told this over and over again by preachers and their friends and their family, and so they just believe it. But when you actually go to Christians and you actually ask them point blank what the evidence is, you find that they have no idea. Now, if you talk to them online, they go look it up real fast, and they copy and paste things from Christian websites. But if you talk to them one-on-one in the real world and you ask them what the information is, normally they have no idea. And really, they don't care. Just knowing the evidence exists is enough for them, and it doesn't bother them at all that they don't actually know what it is. Because not knowing what the evidence is only makes them more faithful, and in their minds, the more faithful they are, the better. But the more faithful you are, not the better. This is ridiculous. This is exactly the same thing as Kirk Cameron believing the Three Little Pigs is a true story. There's no difference here, people. Fortunately, there are some Christians who actually do want to know what the evidence is. They don't want to just take the Bible on blind faith, so they go and research it for themselves. And time again, when they do this, they go to the same exact three sources: Ken Hovind, Lee Strobel, and Josh McDowell. And then once they've gone and read what Lee Strobel, Josh McDowell, and Ken Hovind have to say, they normally think to themselves, well, that proves it. I was right all along to be a Christian, but you weren't right all along to be a Christian. This is incredibly flawed logic. It's exactly like this. Let's say I was in the Nazi Party, and one day I decided, hey, I better go research it and see if being in the Nazi Party is really a great idea. So the first thing I do is go read the words of Hitler in his book Mein Kampf to see what he has to say about it. And when I'm done reading Hitler's Mein Kampf, I walk away and say to myself, well, that's that. I was right all along to be a Nazi. But I wasn't right all along to be a Nazi. If you only go and read the words of Hitler to see if Nazism is a good idea, you're obviously going to walk away with a positive spin about Nazism. Likewise, when you only go read the words of Christians when you're researching Christianity, you're obviously going to walk away with a positive spin on Christianity. Duh. If you want to be intellectually honest with yourself, you're going to have to go one step forward, and it's a big step. You're going to have to actually research what these men have to say and see what the experts say about it. See if the experts agree with Ken Hovind. See if the experts agree with Josh McDowell and Lee Strobel. And if you'll actually do this, if you'll actually go out and research all this stuff for yourself, then you'll find what me and many people before me have found out. You have been deceived since birth by people who meant well, but ultimately did not really have enough information to break free of the curse of faith. Because that's what faith is. Faith is a curse of not having enough information. Now, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother, they all meant well. None of them knew they were lying to you, but they didn't have enough information to know any better. But here's the good news. You do. You have enough information to break free of the curse of faith, because you live in a glorious time where practically anything you want to know is available to you instantly. You don't have to take things on faith anymore. You can know for sure right now what is more probable to be true than not. You just got to do a little research. Our society no longer has to be imprisoned by a Bronze Age mythology written by primitive people. We have cell phones and high-definition TVs and computers now. And the men who gave us these things, the scientists, have double the life expectancy of every single one of you. They've proven time and time again that they know what they're talking about. You don't have to take their words on faith. You can see it for yourself right now in your own living room. Just look around. Look at your flat-screen TV, and look at your computer screen, and look at your electricity. The proof that these men understand the natural laws of this world, at least better than anyone else, is all around us. Yet, still the majority of you believe the words of primitive Bronze-Aged people instead of your own eyes. Could there be any greater delusion than that? So in conclusion...
Another person with Down syndrome I put on here to make fun of these people. Now, this is a great video overall. Like, everything I'm saying is fucking dead on, man. And the graphics are pretty good. Like, I did a great job, except for I fucking did this ableist bullshit that ruined everything. So let's keep going. It's almost over.
Faith is retarded.
Oh my God,
the more faith you have, the more retarded you are.
See, just over and over and over again, I'm using people with Down syndrome to illustrate retardation, which is, you know, cringe in this video. That's so good, man. Like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But if I wouldn't have done that, see, you guys probably never would have heard of me today. It was such a different time back then where the whole thing was about being edgy. You know, just say whatever you want to get attention. You got to slap people out of their complacency. You know, shock people into listening to you. And that's what I was trying to do. And that's what everybody was trying to do back then. And it was way more acceptable to do back then. But now, 10 years later, you look back at the shit you did and you're like, holy shit, dude, that was just silly, right? That's something you're embarrassed. Like, how do you handle that? How do you handle this 10 years later? We'll talk about it in a second. Let's finish up the video.
Luckily, knowledge is the faith, what light is to darkness. And the fact that you are hearing my words right now means you already have access to the greatest source of knowledge the world has ever known. For the love of God, people, use it.
For the love of God, people, use it. I'm so condescending. What an arrogant shit I am. So anyway, what do you guys think about this video? It's a great video, except for the, use of the word retarded to make fun of people with Down syndrome. Let's see. Big oof. Yes, big oof. Definitely. Oh, Dusty had balls. Yep, I got him cut off. I'm castrated now. I'm like a Game of Thrones character. Baby shark, do. Don't know what any of that means. Yeah, delete this video. Fuck you. Never. Okay, really, should I? But it's such a good video. Like, I hate to do that. Like, should I edit it and cut out I don't know, man. I worked so hard on that video. I just should have put a trigger warning on it. Okay, maybe. He looks like he's getting off on his own voice. Okay, yeah, I mean, my voice is cool. It's a good video. I personally don't think this video is worthy anymore. I say it's run its race. Probably. I'm definitely open to that. Take the original video down, edit, and repost it. Okay, maybe I'll do that. That's a good suggestion. This is a dumb argument. You can't substantiate self-identity. Okay, wow, heat. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with a bit of self-reflecting. That dude is packing. Ableism isn't just about words. Dusty, freshman year efforts. Colloquially expressed, but essentially correct. What else you guys got? Come on. Give me some fucking advice. Dusty is numpty. Don't know what that means. Couple tweaks and you should be fine. Yep, I guess I could just redo it and remove the people with Down syndrome. So this video is suboptimal. Yes, suboptimal. Thank you for using that word. Edit it, hide it, edit it, unlist it. Okay. I would do that right now. No, I can't because I would do it later. Could edit to remove ableism. Yes, I guess I could edit it and then re-upload it. You think that'd be strange? People be like, why the fuck did you just upload this 10-year-old video again? You just trying to fucking find shit to put on your channel, Dusty. You're spamming your own channel. Oh my god, look at your subscribers going down, Dusty. You're fucking everything up. Keep it, change the description a bit, and put a comment saying you have changed. Okay, that's a good idea. Take it down, put a comment. Always try to erase history. I'm not trying to erase history. I'm just trying to, live up to what I did in the past and then use it as a teachable moment to people in the present. I think that's the best way to handle your past failures, right? You could edit a bit and would be more optimal. It's good outside of the ableism. Yeah, it's a great video, except for, the obvious shit. Hey, Dusty, love your work. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. The vid's fine, dude. You were trying to make a point, and you did. Yeah, but I did it in a way that belittles the most vulnerable of our society, and that's not what I want to do. I want to protect the most vulnerable of our society. I don't want to be the kind of asshole that puts them down. That's not me. That's not current Dusty at all. That makes me feel bad. Vid is cool. Just edit it. Edit video. Kill the video. Okay. I will edit that video and delete it, obviously. It was of its time, we'll say. Yes, it was definitely of its time. In 20 years, your materialism will look as silly as your strawman of cringe. Yeah, like in 10 years, another 10 years from now, what I'm doing right now will be cringe, and I'll be back here being like, okay, guys, I was obviously cringe for what I did 10 years ago, So, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to continuously recheck yourself and improve yourself and, take a look at your past work and realize the problems it had and try to improve upon it, right? It's your first video, so don't delete it. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I have a trouble deleting it. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to do about it. You contradict yourself, like every line in that video? No, I didn't. You've grown and changed? Okay, cool. Next up, we're going to talk about another video that's been down for a long time. Probably the worst video I've ever done, by far. But I removed it a long time ago. Atheists are the new N-words. Oh, God. 108,000 views. Cringe. Suboptimal. So, clearly all I was doing here was I was going, hey, I bet I could get a lot of views if I put the N-word in the title. And I bet I'm so smart, I bet I could figure out a way that I can use the N-word as a white guy that people can't get mad at me. How can I do that? How can I be an edgy dickhead and use the N-word in the video of my title and doing it in a clever way where people can't get mad at me? Oh, I know. I'll call myself the N-word. If I call myself the N-word, you can't get mad at me. I'm not calling anybody else the N-word. I'm calling myself. That's not racist. How can you get mad at me for that? I'm so stupid. Okay. The reason this video is a problem, it's very simple and obvious, but the N-word is probably the worst racial slur in the history of mankind. It has been used for hundreds of years to demonize a particular group of people. It has been used to oppress them. And I have no idea what it's like to be a black person. I have no idea what it's like to have this word used against you, to belittle you, and to, in a very real way, affect your life negatively. And for me to take this word and call myself this word and pretend like I have any understanding, or to pretend like the suffering of atheists is in any way comparable to the suffering of black people, is so fucking stupid. So stupid. The only reason I did this video was because I was trying to be edgy and I was trying to get clicks. And it shows in the video. So stupid. So let's have a look. Same music though. Old school. Hi guys, welcome to the Cult of Dusty. I'm Dusty Smith. Today I was reading an article about this North Carolina council member who was an atheist, and he ran as an atheist, and he won. But the problem was they have a law on the books that atheists can't run for office. So immediately, obviously, his opponents started trying to get him kicked out of office for being an atheist. And then I went and read another article about how George Bush Sr., former President of the United States, said that atheists are not even citizens. And then I went and read another article about how a school in Indianapolis banned all atheist websites from their school. Now, you can still go to any religious website you want to. Any of them. Doesn't matter what it is. Muslim, Christian, Buddhism, any of them. But you can't go to atheism ones. And then I read another article that said, according to polls, atheists are the most hated group in America. They're more hated than Muslims, they're more hated than Christians, they're more hated than blacks, they're more hated than Mexicans, they're even more hated than homosexuals. And think about it, you can't stop somebody from running for office for being black, you can't stop somebody from running for office for being a homosexual, but you can stop somebody from running for office for being an atheist? And this does affect me firsthand. I owned a 40-acre organic farm in Arkansas. And Arkansas has a law in the books that says atheists can't run for office. So I couldn't even run for office in my home state if I wanted to, just because I refused to believe in any kind of bullshit. And that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what they're saying. They're saying that you're not allowed not to believe in bullshit. You have to believe in at least some kind of bullshit. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of...
Okay, so far the video's fine, right? This video's completely goddamn spot on. I'm hitting everything exactly right until I totally fuck this whole goddamn thing up.
Bullshit you believe in. You could believe in the Muslim bullshit or the Christian bullshit or the Scientology bullshit, but you have to believe in some kind of bullshit. Believing in no bullshit at all, that's just not allowed. And then it dawned on me.
And can we all just take 1 second to realize how much better I look 10 years later? Holy shit! How did I get better with age? Aging like a goddamn fine wine here. What the fuck, folks? How is this even possible? All right, sorry, got sidetracked.
Atheists are the new niggers.
Oh, God.
They are treating us exactly the way they used to treat black people.
Holy shit.
In fact...
No, they're not. No, they absolutely are not. They absolutely are not treating atheists exactly how they used to treat black people, Dusty. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Oh, God. I have aged better in every way, including my intelligence, because that is fucking stupid.
When you see these white cracker Christian politicians, you can almost tell that they want to call us niggers.
Look at me,
they want to be
hard
like,
R and everything.
You niggers can't run for...
I'm enjoying saying the word so much, aren't I? I'm enjoying saying the hard ER. Look how edgy I am. I'm calling myself that, so you can't get offended that I'm saying it with my southern accent, the hard ER. I'm getting away with it, ain't I? No, Dusty. No, you're not. Everybody sees through you. You goddamn dipshit.
For office, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in nothing. You niggers need to stay away from us. Y'all ain't from around here, are you, boys?
It's hard for me to listen
and that's
to that.
exactly what I feel like living in Mississippi. It really does affect my life. So I say, if they're going to treat us like niggers, let's just steal the word and start calling ourselves that.
No, let's not do that.
Atheist...
Please, let's not do that. What was I thinking, dude? I'm glad I never actually did this and started trying to get people to call themselves that word. Holy shit. That would have been even worse. But this is really bad as it is.
In America should start referring to themselves as niggers.
Oh, God.
Now,
Please
hear me out.
Dusty.
Don't get pissed off. Don't get pissed off. I know that's a radioactive word.
Don't get pissed off that I'm saying the N-word with a hard ER and claiming that I have some understanding of what it's like to be called this word. Oh, if you get mad at that, that's your problem, right? I'm just being honest and telling the truth. No, Dusty. No, you're being a dickhead with no understanding of what the fuck you're talking about in any goddamn way. You're trying to be edgy and popular. And it's cringe. Suboptimal.
White people are not allowed to say it. But hear me out.
This is awesome for a lot of reasons. Number one, white people will be allowed to say...
Yeah, it's awesome for so many reasons that all us white people go around and say the N-word. Won't that be amazing for all of society if this happens? Yep, definitely nothing bad is going to happen to us if we go around and start doing this, is it? Perhaps, Dusty, perhaps. Especially since you decided in the future to move to an all-black neighborhood. This would have been a very, very, very bad move, in my opinion.
Say the word again. Now, I don't know about you, but I really hate it when people tell me that I can't do something because of the color of my skin. You know.
Poor white boy. Oh my God, you're not allowed to say the N-word because of the color of your skin. You're so married to that word. It's so awful not being able to say this one word just because you're white and you don't understand the history of oppression behind it. Poor Dusty.
Somebody to tell me that I cannot say a word because of the color of my skin, to me, that's the definition of racist.
That's
when you
so
tell somebody
racist.
that they can't do something because of the color of their skin.
There's nothing more racist than not wanting white people to use the N-word. So racist, isn't it? Dusty was so enlightened.
That is racist. And I'm really sick of it. Don't try to tell me what to fucking do, and don't try to tell me what to fucking say. I'm going to say what the goddamn hell I
Look how edgy I am. I do what I want to do. You don't know me. I do what I want. I do what I want. I'm like fucking Omori or some shit, like a little kid.
please. But if we change the definition of this word to mean all atheists, then black people can no longer really get upset about it.
Yeah, black people would no longer get upset. If we just all white people start saying the N-word, suddenly black people would no longer be upset about it. Because that's how shit works in reality, isn't it? God damn it, Dusty. Come on now.
Because it has nothing to do with them anymore. It's all about not believing in God. That makes you a nigger.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
the second reason this is awesome is because it will be great for black people.
Oh, yeah.
It will immediately take the sting out of this word. It won't be.
It's gonna be so great for black people if all us white people just run around and start using the N-word randomly all the time. You're welcome, black people. We've solved racism for you.
Be hurtful to black people anymore because it won't have anything to do with them. The third reason it'll be awesome is because the lyrics of rap music will immediately have a completely new meaning.
Now this part.
Instead of what the rap songs are about right now, they'll immediately become about us atheists, and that's pretty damn cool. To change a whole genre of music to be about us. That's a very good meme spread.
Give me a point for that one.
Number 4, it's very controversial to do this. Obviously, it's very controversial to call yourself a nigger. And people will want...
Please stop saying that word, you fucking... I want to jump through the screen and punch myself in my big-ass nose right now. Shut the fuck up, white boy.
Wonder, why are you calling yourself a nigger? And that will draw attention to our cause, and we can explain, well, it's because we're being treated like niggers.
Oh, God.
The prejudice that atheists go through is worse than any other group in the country. It just is.
God,
we're the most hated group.
Yes. Being an atheist is definitely worse than being a black person. Like, what in the fuck, dude? This is so depressing to watch. This is like shoe on head levels of ineptitude. It's so embarrassing.
And it's time that we stood up and made this country aware of it and stopped taking it. So what say you, my atheist brethren? Will you stand up with me and shout it loud and proud?
No,
I'll even go first.
No, please don't. Please don't say it. Please, you're gonna say it, aren't you? You're gonna say it. I just know you're gonna say it because I've already watched it so much times and I remember. But still, all right, preparing myself. Go ahead, Dusty. Show everybody how fucking stupid you are.
Hello, world. My name is Dusty Smith, and I am a nigger. And proud of it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. No, Dusty. No, fuck, dude. And here's the crazy shit. I was rewarded for doing this. 4,247 likes, 595 dislikes, 108,000 views. I was rewarded, man. I didn't take a lot of shit for this at all. People loved it. People was like, yeah, you say that N-word with the hard ER, Dusty. That's cool as shit, dude. No, it's not. And no, look at my face. No, it's not, dude. Like, what? So anyway, I have, I think I privatized. Yeah, I privatized this so nobody can see this video from me, but me. I didn't delete it because I wanted to be able to show people if I ever, like just now what I did. But holy shit, dude. Talk about fucking problematic. So what do we think about this? What do we think about this video? Is this the worst video in the history of YouTube? Let's see what the people say about it. All right, scrolling through. Wow. Yes, wow. Yes, indeed. Wow. Haha, Dusty. Yes. Canceled. Yes. I should have been canceled. I wasn't canceled. I should have been if anything fucking canceled me in my career, it should have goddamn been that video, right? That was a hot take. That was a fucking smoldering lava take. Yikes. Yikes is the word. Suboptimal. Yes. Suboptimal indeed. Dusty equals cancel. Yes. Steve Dusty Shops. Yeah. Heater gamer moment. Yes. That is the most heated gamer moment in history. He's doing a character. Yes. I was doing a character. A very, very bad character. Damn, dude. Yes. Indeed. Damn indeed. Dusty dunking on Dusty. Hells yeah. Coming full circle. It's meta as fuck. This is a horrible rage face. Everything about this is bad. Who cares? It's only racist if you say it to blacks. It's stupid. Regardless of who I'm saying it to. It's incredibly fucking stupid. Dusty, question mark? Yes. Older Dusty schools younger Dusty with facts and logic. Hells yeah, I'm trying. Show your neighbors this video. No, I hope very much that my neighbors never fucking Google me. That would be very bad. Dusty, this is awesome. Owning up to our mistakes is a virtue. I mean, true, it is a virtue. I mean, I guess it's okay that I made these past mistakes if I'm able to use them as a teaching tool, because the more people that learn from my mistakes, the better, the more valuable those mistakes are to have made. So it's good, but at the same time, very, very embarrassing. Hey, everyone, how you doing? It's the Dusty Hour. Yep, it's going. Dusty, get down. I am getting down. Was this video monetized? I don't remember. Probably, back in the day. That's been so long ago, I can't remember, but probably, yeah. Dusty attacking himself. Cool, yep. This is Bread King level of cringe. Yes, it is. Oh my god, how many times is he going to say it? All of the times. I'm going to say it every other word clearly. It's like, shut the fuck up. This is cringe tech. Yes, it is. Honestly, I don't think Shoe and Head was this bad. No. Shoe and Head was, like, I've said way worse stuff than Shoe and Head. It's not even close. Not even fucking close. The only reason I give Shoe and Head such a hard time is because she won't own up to her shit like I do, you know? Yeah, and she has videos that I've been seeing, like, over 1 million times where she's outright lying to people, and then she just unlists them, and she never, like, corrects the record. So she has all these people out there walking around thinking the lies that she told them are true, especially since so many of them are children. She should correct the record. That's my main beef with her. Oh my god, this is making my ears bleed. I don't blame you. Now he is scared to say it. It's not a scared thing. It's just that I understand now that it upsets people, and it's so easy for me not to say it. If it's going to upset people, then who gives a fuck? Why not just be a decent, good human being? It's really easy to be a good person, right? Let's see. 10 years of video making. YouTube, oh guard. Yep, D-Dog 2015. I am definitely old school as fuck. 2015, Colloquial Express, but essentially correct. Yep. Pretty much. Thanks, man. The Rich Uncle from Norway. What's up, Rich Uncle from Norway? Very supportive. I love you, dude. Greetings from work. Keep up your good work. I will watch the CODcast later. Okay, thanks for tuning in and supporting the show. Really appreciate that, man. The Supreme King, $9. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Supreme King. How you doing, man? $2. Did she ever admit past wrongs and apologize? No. I will show you in a minute. Instead, she basically does what she always does. She accused me of just saying all this stuff to get attention, and then she ignored all of the criticisms I gave her, and she blocked me. So I couldn't criticize her anymore, because that's what these brave free speech warriors do. Ratbag, $99.99. How you doing, Ratbag? Thanks, man, for tuning in. I appreciate it. You're one of the really cool dudes on my show. Sorry I missed last couple shows. If you go back in time and teach young Einstein relativity theory, where does the idea come from? I guess it's because he was just smart as fuck. That's the only thing I can think of. He was on some other shit. But I think probably the smartest thing Einstein ever said, and this is probably not true, this is just me running my mouth, but he said that if you actually want a good, happy life, then have a modest life. Don't, like, shoot for the stars and try to be famous and try to be rich and shit. Just try to be modest. Find yourself, like, a nice, loving, modest woman to settle down with, and that'll make you a lot happier than lots of fame and lots of money and shit. And I totally agree with Einstein on that one. He was very right. Thank you, right back. Appreciate that. What the hell is that noise? Shut the fuck up out there. Shy Pengendrum, $1. Thank you very much. Jeffrey Morgan, $2. Keep the video up. I will do. Thanks, man. Castrix Defiant. Hey, Dusty. Good work being an adult and owning up to your screw-ups and roasting your own videos. I like Shoot with Lauren Southern. Yeah, man. Like, I don't understand why she doesn't do it. Like, she could... I mean, I do understand why she doesn't do it. Part of the reason she doesn't do it is because she knows that she's built up a right-wing fan base, and she doesn't want to alienate her fan base and lose all her Patreon support and shit. But still, like, she should do it. I don't know why she did. Django Fett, $5. Watching you punish yourself is comedy gold. Yeah, it is pretty funny, but it is pretty cringe at the same time. Autumn Pritchakor, I've been a fan since I was a teen. Cool to see how much you've evolved through the years. I'm trying. You know, the older I get, the more... I'm not mature, but I'm more mature. I'm still a big kid at heart, and I probably always will be. But I'm still trying to grow as a person. Thank you for that. The Supreme King, I once said Jesus never existed. Do you still stand by that? I'm open-minded that there might have been a historical figure of Jesus that the fictional stories are based off of. I just have never seen any proper evidence to prove that, and so without evidence, I can't believe it. So I'm open-minded to the possibility of it without actually holding a belief in it, because I can't believe in things without evidence. So, good question. Dillinger, $2. Misrespect to you, Dusty. I'm gonna guess that means mad respect. And mad respect back to you, Dillinger. Deduct $2,015. The noise was your neighbors eavesdropping, probably. They're probably at the window trying to watch me masturbate. Ha ha! Joke's on you, neighbors. I ain't masturbating right now, and I got my headphones on, so they didn't hear me say the N-word like 10,000 times just now, so that's good. All right, I'm going to continue on with the show. Man, it's going to be like a 4-hour show tonight, dudes. I'm already an hour, 10 minutes into the goddamn show, and I haven't even covered, like, even slightly the fucking shit. I haven't even started the show yet, really. Not even started the goddamn show yet. We're about to start the show right now. Look at all my fucking bookmarks, dude. Where is it? All right, here we go. Let's start with this photo. All right. So we had the Democratic election, the Democratic debates last night, and I'm not really gonna cover debate 1 because it was kind of boring. It was kind of the B-list bullshitters. It was alright. We're gonna cover debate 2, and apparently Kamala, the Ugandan warrior Harris, destroyed all oncomers last night. She fucking whooped that ass. Joe Biden did not do well. Joe Biden has been the front runner, and he got his ass whooped by Kamala. I call her Kamala, the Ugandan giant. I don't know if you guys remember who Kamala, the Ugandan giant, was, but you guys remember that? Let me look up Kamala. Old school Kamala. I used to fucking love Kamala back in the day, and I was just thinking about it. Let's see, Kamala, Uganda. I was just thinking about maybe I shouldn't call her this. It's possible this character's racist. You know, now that I think about it, it's possible that he is a very racist character from Africa, meant to make fun of Africans, and so I really shouldn't use this racist stereotype anymore. But anyway, that's kind of the way I think about her. She's like a fucking warrior and shit, whoop that Joe Biden ass. So let's listen to her whoop Joe Biden's ass on busing. Go, girl. Here we go. Whoop his ass.
So, on the issue of race, I couldn't agree more that this is an issue that is still not being talked about truthfully and honestly. There is not a black man I know, be he a relative, a friend, or a coworker, who has not been the subject of some form of profiling or discrimination. Growing up, my sister and I had to deal with the neighbor who told us her parents couldn't play with us because we were black. And I will say also that in this campaign, we've also heard, and I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden, I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. Mm-hmm. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of 2 United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the 2nd class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
It's a mischaracterization of my position across the board.
No,
I do not praise racist. That is not true. The fact is that in terms of busing, the busing, you would have been able to go to school the same exact way because it was a local decision made by your city council. That's fine. That's one of the things I argued for, that we should be breaking down these lines.
Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No.
Do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Well,
I
there
did
was
not
a
oppose
failure of states to integrate public schools in America. I was part of the 2nd class to integrate Berkeley, California public schools almost 2 decades after Brown v. Board of Education.
Because your city council made that decision. It was a local decision.
So that's where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act.
Now,
That's
he's
why
whooping
we
his
need to
ass.
pass the Equality Act.
He comes off very
That's why
poorly,
we need to
especially here at
pass
the end.
ERA, because there are moments in history where states fail to preserve the civil rights of all people.
I supported the ERA from the very beginning. I'm the guy that extended the Voting Rights Act for 25 years. We got to the place where we got 98 out of 98 votes in the United States Senate doing it. I've also argued very strongly that we, in fact, deal with the notion of denying people access to the ballot box. I agree that everybody, once they, in fact, they should. Anyway, my time's up. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Vice President.
He seems angry, man. He's really on the defensive here. So, yeah, Kamala came off very well. She's set herself as one of the front runners in this campaign. And the crazy thing is, I was actually bussed when I was a kid, man. I remember that shit. I remember some kind of teacher's aide or some kind of person from school came to our house, and they were talking to my mom about busing us, and my brother started crying, and he was like mad and crying and screaming the entire day, and I was like, I had no idea what was going on. I was wondering why he was so mad. He was like, they're going to make us go to school with the black people. They're going to bus us in there into the fucking town to go to school with the black people, and he was all upset about it, and I didn't get it, and like I was like, okay, who gives a shit? I like black people. And they bust us, and there was plenty of white kids in the school, and there was plenty of black kids in the school, and it was fine. Like, I had no problem with it. Who gives a shit, right? But anyway, so many people think Kamala won. Bernie Sanders also probably came in second or third or whatever. I think Yang did okay. I'm going to show some Yang shit. But anyway, here's Bernie Sanders ending statements, and he really stole the show, in my opinion, with his ending statements. We really need to get this guy in office, in my opinion. You know, even if it's Kamala and him as vice president, or him as president, Kamala as vice. You know, either way, something like that, some combination. Maybe even Warren on the ticket. I think would be strong candidates. But let's listen to him.
Second, the floor is yours.
I suspect people all over the country who are watching this debate are saying, these are good people, they have great ideas. But how come nothing really changes? How come for the last 45 years wages have been stagnant for the middle class? How come we have the highest rate of childhood poverty? How come 45 million people still have student debt? How come 3 people own more wealth than the bottom half of America? And here is the answer. Nothing will change unless we have the guts to take on Wall Street, the insurance industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the military-industrial complex, and the fossil fuel industry. If we don't have the guts to take them on, we'll continue to have plans, we'll continue to have talk, and the rich will get richer, and everybody else will be struggling.
Yep.
Thank you, Senator.
Go, boy, Bernie. Still the best, in my opinion. But like I said, even if like Kamala got elected, I think she would be an awesome choice, too. I think Elizabeth Warren would be a good choice. I like even Yang, man. Even Yang. I have problems with Yang, but I think he'd probably be... I mean, any of these people would be way, way, way fucking better than Trump, obviously. Like, pretty much anybody on the goddamn earth would be better than Trump. You know, Diamonds and Silk would be better than Trump. Kevin Sorbo would be better than Trump. Like, anyone. But I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but the mask on Bernie Sanders is slipping a little bit. This is an actual fucking, like, you can look this shit up. I'm not joking. This is an actual quote. He's like, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason I support universal health care is that I want free ass implants. I want to have a giant goddamn ass, and I want the American people to pay for it. A little bit too honest there, Bernie, in my opinion. I want to dial that honesty back just a little bit, you know. But although, you know, I kind of want to see that. I could get on board with Bernie with a giant ass. Hells yeah, back that thing up, Bernie. Want to see it. And Joe Biden actually ended the debate by saying, God bless our troops. What the fuck, dude? Really? God bless our troops. Holy shit. This is the guy running. Oh, I just heard a gunshot. Keep that shit away from me. I'm going to pretend like that was a firework and someone's not trying to kill me right now. But oh my God, Biden. God bless our troops. Shit, man. I guess he's just pandering. You know, he's just pandering to conservatives. And I guess there's still a lot of Democrats who are into this whole ultranationalism thing. But fuck that shit. God bless nobody, in my opinion. And so Andrew Yang, you know, I understand why people have problems with Andrew Yang. I really do. And I think that a lot of people, especially socialists, think that Andrew Yang's policies are just a continuation of capitalism and that it'll actually help capitalists take control even more and put us permanently in indentured servitude to capitalists. And maybe that's true, but I don't know, like, eventually automation is going to take over. And so if we don't figure out a way to, have some kind of more socialistic policies, or even social democracy, or something that's way different than the capitalistic system we have now, nobody's going to be able to afford to buy anything, right? Nobody's going to have any jobs. So we're going to have something to change the system to allow us to have buying power. And so the UBI is the only rational choice, if we don't get the other things in place. And it doesn't look like we're going to have like socialism in this country anytime soon, or maybe even, I don't know, if Bernie doesn't get in office, maybe not even democratic socialism. So UBI sounds like a good choice. The way he implements it is not the best way, but at the same time, like, we have to have something. And also, like, I don't think Yang is going to be president. I don't think any of this is going to happen whatsoever, but it's still worth listening to his ideas, so let's listen.
Your policy is to give every adult in the United States $1,000 a month, no questions asked.
That's right.
I think that's like $3.2 trillion a year. How would you do that?
Sorry?
How would you do that?
I'm sorry?
Oh, so it's difficult to do if you have companies like Amazon, trillion-dollar tech companies, paying literally zero in taxes while they're closing 30% of our stores. Now, we need to put the American people in position to benefit from all these innovations in other parts of the economy. And if we had a value-added tax at even half the European level, it would generate over $800 billion in new revenue, which, combined with the money in our hands, it would be the trickle-up economy from our people, families, and communities up. We would spend the money and it would circulate through our regional economies and neighborhoods, creating millions of jobs, making our families stronger and healthier. We'd save money on things like incarceration, homelessness services, emergency room health care, and just the value gains from having a stronger, healthier, mentally healthier population would increase GDP by $700 billion. This is the move that we have to make, particularly as technology is now automating away millions of American jobs. It's why Donald Trump is our president today, that we automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And we're about to do the same thing to millions of retail jobs, call center jobs, fast food jobs, truck driving jobs, and on and on through the economy.
Mr. Aaron, if I get you understand a little bit better, so you're saying $1,000 a month for everyone over 18, but a value-added tax, so you can spend that $1,000 on value-added tax?
Well, the value-added tax would end up, you'd still be increasing the buying power of the bottom 94% of Americans. You have to spend a lot of money for a mild value-added tax to eat up $12,000 a year per individual. So for the average family with 2 or 3 adults, it'd be $24,000 to $36,000 a year.
All right, so, it's kind of a Band-Aid on the problem, really. And I kind of agree with socialists on this fact. I mean, if robots do take over, automation does take over all the jobs, and then capitalists own all the robots, and they basically just pay us like $1,000 a month, but they still own the robots, and they still own all the capitalism and all the, the means of production. They still are going to funnel all the money right to the top, 0.0001%, just like they've always done. So I can understand why socialists have a problem with this, but it's better than just, letting automation take over completely and then nobody having any money to buy anything and then unemployment skyrocketing. So I don't know. We have to do something about it. This is better than no plan, but I can definitely understand why socialists have a different vision for the future. And next up, I'm gonna finish up with this debate talk. This is how a lot of like socialists feel about Andrew Yang. People on the verge of class consciousness. And then here's Andrew Yang, UBI. I'm going to pay you $100 to fuck off. And that's basically sort of true. I can kind of understand where you guys are coming from with this one. But at the same time, I mean, free money. Yo, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? I'd like to get an extra free $1,000 a month. That would take a little pressure off me. And but obviously, the fucking hero of the debates last night was Marianne Williamson. You guys know this chick. Never heard of her in my life before, but oh my God, she is the gift that keeps on giving. Let's have a listen.
I'm sorry we haven't talked more tonight about how we're going to beat Donald Trump. I have an idea about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not going to be beaten just by insider politics talk. He's not going to be beaten just by somebody who has plans. He's going to be beaten by somebody who has an idea what this man has done. This man has reached into the psyche of the American people, and he has harnessed fear for political purposes. So, Mr. President, if you're listening, I want you to hear me, please. You have harnessed fear for political purposes, and only love can cast that out. So sir, I have a feeling you know what you're doing. I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and, sir, love will win.
Like she just put a hex on him. Like, I don't know what this chick's on. I'm guessing Molly or something. Some hippy-dippy chick here. But I kind of love her. She's so fucking out there, and this is basically her. Marianne Williamson 2020, yeah! Like a middle-aged woman, she's just getting out there, having her best life, out in her fucking garden, listening to her music. You get it, girl. Definitely the vibe she gets off, and I'm digging it. And one of the main reasons I liked her, because if Marianne Williamson can teach the enormous tortoise beneath the world to love, it just might end climate change. And that's true. Definitely true. Here's her teaching the big tortoise. And the funny thing is, oh God, can't wait you guys to see this one. So they've uncovered some old tweets from Marianne Williamson, and they are goddamn gold. So here are some old tweets from Marianne Williamson. Yin is feminine. Earth, yang, is masculine. Sky. When God is seen as he, the soul is seen as she. Just archetypes. Spirit impregnates soul. What? Dude, no idea what you're talking about. Listen to too much Jordan Peterson or some shit, and here she is. Everyone feels on some level like an alien in this world. Okay, I'm on board with that. I do sometimes feel like an alien, right? I feel out of place, so I'm on board with this statement so far. Because we are, what? You lost me. We come from another realm of consciousness and long for a home. Huh? What? What are you talking? What realm of consciousness do we come from? No idea what the fuck you're talking about. I come from this realm of consciousness. This realm is the only realm my consciousness has ever known. No idea what the fuck you're talking about. Next up, when you're missing someone, no, it just means that on a soul level, they've come to visit. What? There's no such thing as this. It has nothing to do with any of that. What the fuck are you even talking about? Their soul hasn't come to any kind of visit. God damn, woman. A gray sky is actually a blue sky covered up by gray cloud. A guilty person is actually an innocent soul covered up by mistaken behavior. Okay. Tell it to OJ. OJ is actually just an innocent soul. You know, he just made a mistake when he butchered his ex-wife and her boyfriend. Just a mistake, really. Soulless. Actually, he's innocent if you think about it. No, he's not. You're a lamp. Okay, cool. God is the electricity. Okay. You're a faucet? I thought it was a lamp. God is the water? I thought he was electricity. You're a human? I'm a human now? God is the divine within you. Okay, I'm a lot of things, apparently. Allow the flow. I think you're allowing the flow a little bit too much for all of us, to be honest with you. Your mind is like an airplane. Okay, my mind is like a lot of things, apparently. And you are the pilot. Okay, cool. Rise above the clouds. All right, I will. Thank you. Fly above the turbulence. Done. Seek a smoother ride. Okay. Tell me how to do that. You're not really saying anything. These are just hippy-dippy words that don't really help anybody. Let's all of us give birth. Oh, my God. No, thank you. To more love in the world today. Okay, I guess I can give birth to that. That sounds not so painful. And then tomorrow, too. And then the day after that. That sounds like a lot of birth. I'm not sure I want to have birth that often, dude. I think I will show love in other ways except for having birth. If you want a simple explanation for what's happening in America, watch Avatar again. What? You mean the movie with the giant blue people? The one that was in 3D and shit? How? What? Okay. All the films were good, but Avatar has changed the world. Has it? I don't think it has. He didn't win an Oscar tonight, but James Cameron deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. And she said price. He deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for the movie Avatar? Really? I'm not real sure about that one, dog. I'm not real sure about that one. The most important things in life are not visible to the physical eye. Okay. It's only when we soul explode. Oh my God, now our souls are exploding and shit? No thanks, that sounds painful. Beyond the confines of the mortal self. Yuck. Expanding the boundaries of what we think is real, that we begin to glimpse the truth of who we are and why we're here. What is this woman taking, man? Whatever you're taking, please send me some. That sounds like some awesome shit. I want to be on whatever you're on stat. To soar high, dig deep. Sounds like you're already soaring high, chick. To have an effect, don't try to. What the fuck does that mean? Don't try to have an effect? In my experience, having effect usually entails trying. Otherwise, you don't do anything, right? To get anything, give everything. And to win, don't care if you lose. This is just nonsense. nonsense word salad. You're not the water, okay? You're the faucet. You already said that. You already said I was a faucet. And then you said I was an airplane. You said I was a bunch of shit. You are not the electricity. You're the lamp. Okay, you already said that. You're not the light. You're the torchbearer. I'm all kinds of shit. Turn on the faucet. No. Turn on the lamp. No. Hold high the torch. No. And God would do the rest. Fuck God. When enough minds are vibrating on a high enough level, then all lower thoughts forms will fall of their own dead. Okay, I'm done with this chick. I'm done with this hippy dippy bullshit. I kind of like her, but she's on another plane of existence than I am, and no thanks. I want somebody a little bit more realistic for president, and this chick is not gonna get anywhere fucking near it. And Kyle Kalinske thinks this is funny, and I think it's funny too. Beto O'Rourke plans war tax on families without military members. Oh my God, Beto. If you don't want to win, just come out and say so. Just drop the fuck out of the election. Holy shit, dude. A fucking war tax on families without military members. Fucking really. How about no war? How about that? How about a fucking war tax on the people that want war? How about only if you want war, if you vote for Republicans, you have to go fight in the fucking wars? How about that? How about those of us who don't want to fucking fight in wars or have our government or our tax dollars used for war? How about we're exempt from it completely? We don't have to have our tax dollars spent on it. We don't have to fight in it. How about fucking that, Beto? And Beto, I don't know if you saw it, but they asked Beto a question right off the bat in the debate, and he started off by dodging the question completely and then speaking Spanish out of nowhere for fucking some reason. And he dodged the question in 2 different fucking languages. So anyway, Beto's not going to win. Beto is done. Put a fork in him. He's done as fuck. And yeah, Cody Johnson knows what's up. Joe Biden, famously concerned about personal space. Look at him. He's shocked that somebody's near him. Oh, Handsy Joe. Handsy Joe shocked about personal space. Dude, you're the fucking worst offender of personal space ever, especially when it comes to children. Why are you so shocked at my hands in your goddamn face? Get over it, Handsy Joe. And let's see. Maybe that's all of our debate coverage. We got anything else? Oh, yep. Beto O'Rourke says his performance tonight, he gave himself an A. Really, Beto? Really? Did you fucking watch that shit? You did not do well. You did not come off well. You came off as one of the biggest jokes. Did you read Twitter? They fucking mocked you. Every article that was out about the debates, they were like, here's the winners and losers of the night. And every fucking one said, Beto was a loser. Because you were a loser, dude. Come on. Be realistic. Revamp. Own up to your shit, dude. So anyway, that's all of what I'm going to cover about the debates last night. What did you guys think? Did you guys watch it? Did you guys see the debates? Who do you think won? Give me your fucking opinion on this goddamn bullshit. Let's see. Hello, she's a loon. Yes, she is a loon. Can anyone imagine if Williamson in foreign policy, that would be hilarious, seeing her handle Putin and other foreign governments, leaders, that'd be hilarious. On a soul level, yep. Girlfriend, you were so on. Yeah, that was funny. You're gone, girlfriend. We're going to have the best place for children in this country. Let's have a competition about it. Woo, woo, woo. Yep, she's definitely fucking woo out of her goddamn mind. OJ's on Twitter now. Yes, I've seen OJ on Twitter. That is some bizarre ass shit. I know God is in the radio. Hells yeah, dead is dead. Absolutely. UBI by Bakrusiv would be great, but Yang is an anarcho-capitalist. Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand why UBI and Yang's proposal to implement UBI is problematic for a lot of people. I get it. Believe me. Yes, acid president. Yeah, avatar. Yes, that's what I say. I don't say avatar. I say avatar. I mispronounce everything on purpose, dudes. That's just my thing, all right? I say the Koch brothers instead of Koch brothers. I say mule nuts instead of mildew. It's just a fun thing we do on the show, right? OJ for Secretary of Defense. Not so sure about that one, dog. Ha-ha, Dusty. Ha-ha, Dusty. Cool. Drop too much acid and your soul explodes. I've done so much acid in my fucking life, and my soul never goddamn exploded one time. Not once. So my ego died a couple times. So that was pretty cool. Girl did a little too much. I think. Yep. She definitely did too much. You can do too much acid, believe me. And she done a little bit much more than me. Apparently. Spanglish. Yep. All right. Let me read the super chats and we'll continue with the show. Super chats. Like bit of the show. More super chats. You guys know how this works. Not very many more. Bernie, the guy in the group chat watching the other twos bitch and moan. Yep. Bernie was kind of a spectator a lot in that, but I think he did pretty well overall. He had a really good ending statement. D-Dog does $52. If you watched, or if you wanted to make a list, which would be longer, the number of Americans afraid of MS-13 or who don't know MS-13 are funded in America and trained by the U.S. military. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but I will assume you have evidence to back that up. I've never looked into that, but works for me. I know a lot of people are like overly scared of them for no reason, when there are a lot of things they should be much more afraid of. D-Dog, 2015. Your support the troops video was good. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good video. I haven't watched it in a while, so there could be problematic things in it. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of problematic things in a lot of my old videos that I haven't, like, watched and shit. But if anybody goes back through it and they find something that is very, like, cringy and problematic, you can bring it to my attention and I will own up to that shit. You know, why not? I know I wasn't perfect. I'm still not perfect, and I made mistakes, and I would definitely own up to my mistakes. How about we bring back the 1916 Amendment, declare war by national vote, and everyone who voted in favor goes to fight it? I love that idea. If you vote for war, you got to fucking sign up, or your kids or something. If you're too old, you have to have kids. Although that seems awful. I don't want your kids to go die in a fucking stupid war just because you're a dumbass and voted for it. So maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. Anyway, more super chats, please. Lifeblood of the show. All questions answered. No questions dodged. Super chat. You guys know the drill. Help me out. Support the show. So you still having Vosh on, dude, or are you reconsidering giving him a platform with sexual harassment, trans hate, and him being friends with Shu? Like, I already talked about this earlier. I'm considering still having him on because, like, I had this thing, no platform for Nazis, but Vosh is not a Nazi. Vosh isn't. I've seen no evidence that he's a white supremacist in any way. So otherwise, I'm willing to talk to somebody, and I'm willing to give them a chance to explain, you know, bad past actions. I teach redemption on this show, and if somebody has done bad things in the past, but they've owned up to them, and they've used them as a teaching tool publicly to show people why they're wrong, and they've used it also as a teaching tool to change their behavior, then everybody is fucking deserving of redemption, in my opinion. And so, you know, we should give them the opportunity to ask him about that and see, like, if he deserves to be forgiven and deserves us to move on or not. I don't see any problem with that. And, like, hopefully you guys will understand that. And if you don't, hopefully you'll forgive me for having him on. We'll talk about the Shu thing. You know, it's better to get all that shit out in the open, in my opinion, than just to, you know, shun the guy just because he has a few different opinions than me. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, you guys will forgive me if I have him on, and I will try to be honest. If you want me to ask him something, if you think he did wrong in the past, if you want him to own up to it, you know, just let me know what you want me to ask him. Send me tweets and say, hey, I want you to ask Vosh about this, and I will absolutely hold his feet to the fire about it. I have no problem with that, but I haven't seen him do anything that I don't think he's owned up to. I think he's owned up to his past pretty good, and the Shu thing, I think I can question him on. And, like, even if he's friends with Shu, that's no reason for me to, like, hate on him and shit. Just because I disagree, I can question him about it. I can say, I don't think you should do this. I can give him my opinion on it. But in the end, that's his business, not mine, right? It's not my business who he's friends with. I can just give my opinion on it. Like, he's not free from criticism about it, but he's definitely free to associate with anybody he wants to. It's, you know, I say it's none of my business. It is my business to have an opinion on it. But other than having an opinion on it, letting him know my opinion, that's the end of it. Screw Vosh, get the service on. Okay. I guess I'll do that. All right, moving on with the show. Let's see what we have up next. Man, we have so much shows to cover, and we're already an hour and 37 minutes into the show. Let's stop and do the video portion of the show. Video portion! Some people love the video portion. Some people hate it. Some people beg me to stop doing it. Others beg me to keep going. So I'm sorry for those of you who are listening on, like, Spotify or Apple's iTunes or SoundCloud, who the video section doesn't really translate very well to audio only. But also, good news, I hired somebody. I'll show you guys. Let's see. There we go. Open up. I hired somebody to update the SoundCloud page. It got way behind. There was like 20 episodes that weren't added. So now the SoundCloud page is completely updated with the CODcast. All the new episodes are up, and that also goes automatically to Spotify and Apple's iTunes. So it should be kept up to date from now on. So those of you who listen to me on Spotify and SoundCloud and iTunes, for those of you who listen to audio only, if you enjoy that, please consider supporting me on Patreon, because I have to pay somebody to do this. And if you guys want to help me pay somebody to update this, that would be very, very cool. If you enjoy it, please support the show. You know, I'm providing a lot of free content. I work really hard on this. Please support it if you like it. So, next up, what are we talking about here? Oh, we already talked about that. Boom. This really hit home to me. People all the fucking time tell me, Dusty, you've changed, man. I miss the old Dusty. What happened to you? I just grew up. Just like I used to be a Christian, I changed. I listened to other people's arguments, and I let the weight of the evidence change my opinion. That's what a logical mind does. And some people say all the time, you changed, man. Yeah, we're supposed to. It's exactly what the fuck you're supposed to do. You know, you're not supposed to stay stagnant. You're supposed to research things and other opinions that disagree with you. And then if you receive better information than the information you have in your brain, you're supposed to change your mind. That's how logic and reason works, right? And I love this fucking butterfly. Look at this shit. He's got the universe in his wings. Fucking beautiful. So anyway, this really strikes me on a very deep and personal level. This is the way I feel. People saying this shit to me all the goddamn time. And it appears, since we're talking about shoe on head, it appears that she's doubling down. Since I made my last video where I pointed out how she was outright lying and using fake quotes to bash feminism and how she was outright misrepresenting the reason feminists were boycotting the movie The Red Pill and shit. And she outright lied or misrepresented the reason that women have 75% of the student loan debt. So I guess in my video, she's doubling back down on it and claiming that the only reason women make up 75% of the student loan debt is because more of them goes to college. This was like the day before yesterday she said this. Oh, Lord, remember that bizarre push to make student debt into a woman's issue because women go to college more than men, therefore on average owe more in student debt? That was the worst. And then she put her clip to her video that supposedly explains why it's just about how women go to college more than men. That's the only reason that they had 75% of the debt. It's not because it's a women's issue in any way, but it turns out if you Google it, one Google search, a single fucking Google search shows how she's lying and misrepresenting this entire issue because she's not a good person. She just does not give a fuck. Parents provide less financial assistance to daughters. According to the AAUW, upon graduation, women owe $1,500 more than their male peers. A major reason that women are taking on more debt is that they are less likely to get a helping hand from their parents. One study conducted by T. Rowe Price analyzed information from 238 households and found that 50% of households with only boys had money saved for college, but just 35% of the households with only girls did. 83% of boy-only households contributed to college savings accounts monthly, compared to just 70% of girl-only households. Boy-only households were also more willing to take on debts, more likely to send their sons to expensive colleges, and more likely to cover the entire cost of college. So one of the big factors that women have more debt is because parents take care of boys still in America more than they do girls. Now, it's not a huge difference. It's a few percentage points, but it does add up and it is happening. And this is one of the reasons we need feminism for, right? Because in our society, men are still looked at as better than women, even by parents. It's just, it is what it is. You don't have to like it, but there's the stats for you. And also the pay gap. Women on average earn 81% for every dollar earned by a man. Now you can say, oh, there's good reasons for it, Dusty. The reason is because I like blah, blah, blah. You can say it's good reasons for it, but it still happens. Women are still earning 81 cents on the dollar for men, regardless. And I can argue this, but I don't even have to right now for this sake of argument. I don't have to argue there's a good reason, because if you think there's a good reason for it, it still happens. And this fact that it still happens means that women have less money to pay off debt, which makes, higher interest rates, than having to hold loans for longer, which means they have to pay more in the long run, right? That's how interest in banking works. That's what this explains. A 2018 wage gap report from the Georgetown Center of Education and the Workforce found that women must earn one more degree than men in order to overcome some of these disparities. So women actually have to, go out and get higher degrees to make exactly the same thing as men do. Maybe not for the exact same job, but overall, yes, they have to do this. And there's reasons for this too. I've done studies before that show that when women negotiate for higher salaries, they're actually punished for it, where men are rewarded. Women are treated differently in the workplace. People are like, well, a lot of the reasons women make less is because they don't aggressively negotiate their salaries like men do. Well, they've actually done studies that show when women aggressively negotiate their salaries like men do, they're punished for it, because women, unlike men, are seen as aggressive and annoying, and they punish them for it. So anyway, the system is not equal. It's not a level playing field. They've done tons of goddamn studies that prove this, and anybody that just researches it, does basic research, knows this is true. But Shoe on Head, the leading speaker in this world for feminist issues currently, doesn't even do the basic amount of research, and she doesn't really give a shit. She doesn't care if she misleads people. She knows who her fan base is. She knows there are a lot of fucking children and right-wing dipshits that don't care what she tells them. As long as she shits on feminism, they'll like her shit and they'll spread her and she'll be famous. And it's working beautifully for her. And there are lots of people, like I said, a lot of people have problems with like Vosh and Claudia Brown, who is a feminist who for some reason loves to cover for Shoe on Head, even though Shoe on Head is continuously lying and misrepresenting feminism in public and shitting on it to make it look bad. So why, as a feminist, would you continuously be friends and cover for somebody like that? Beats the fuck out of me, but lots of people are doing it. So anyway, this article goes on and explains more about interest. The pay gap also makes it more difficult for women to pay off their loans as fast as men. As men earn expendable income, they are able to chip away at their debt. Women, however, are more likely to report not being able to cover basic living expenses. In fact, the AAUW found that 34% of all women and 50% of black women who were repaying student loans were unable to meet essential expenses within the past year. So anyway, lots of different reasons that have only minorly to do with the fact that more women go to college than men. There are lots of different factors. And Shoe on Head is simply misrepresenting the things because that's what she does. That's right. She lies about feminism and misrepresents things and gets rewarded for it handsomely, even by other liberals. It's crazy as fuck, but that's the reality we live in. And of course, after my last video, where I basically broke it down and showed how she is lying, showed directly how she uses fake quotes. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but at one point she literally used a quote from a character in a novel, and she claimed that it was said by the author of that novel in real life and used it to demonize all of feminism. So instead of answering any of the questions, instead of like responding to any of the criticism whatsoever I said in my last video, she does what she always does. She basically just put out some old tweets that I put that were taken out of context to make it seem like I'm only doing this for attention. That's what she always says. He's only doing this for attention. He's old as fuck. Don't listen to Dusty. He's an attention whore. But it's just a dodge. Dip, dodge, dive. That's what they do to keep from asking or answering any of the fucking questions I have about it. So that's what she did here. You can see. She put up these old tweets from me. And then she blocked me. She put up this, shut the fuck up, boomer. Obviously, this is aimed at me. Instead of answering the criticism, this is what she does. Just call me old and say I'm irrelevant and then block me again. But, you know, par for the course. These are the brave free speech warriors. They obviously don't want to answer any fucking criticism or own up to any of the fucking things that they've done. They just want to call you names and call you old and irrelevant shit because, you know, they're children. They're children. It's so sad that these people are the leading speakers from some of the most progressive, important causes in the world. It's crazy. But anyway, but I'm definitely, even though she blocked me and shit, I'm definitely not going to call her a cowardly bitch for doing that. Even though she talked about me to her 250,000 subscribers and then blocked me so that I could not respond or defend myself in any way. So all I have is these people spamming me, spamming my name and shit without being able to respond to what she said about me. And of course, that's obviously an incredibly fucking cowardly thing to do. But I'm not going to call her a cowardly bitch for it because the last time she did exactly the same thing, the last time she talked about me to her 250,000 subscribers and blocked me so I could not respond to it, I said, hey, she's being a cowardly bitch for doing that. And her fan base had me permanently banned from Twitter on the account it took me 10 years to build up. I spent 10 years fucking building this account up, and it's all gone because I dared say she was being a cowardly bitch for talking about me behind a block. Not gonna make that mistake again. The free speech warriors will punish you for that, so I'm sticking far away from that. And oh, also, just because somebody sent me this to shit on her a little bit harder. Yes, this is from like 2015, but just to show you what kind of person that she's always been. She's the kind of person that will take a picture of herself with a fat person. I'm not saying she's fat, but this is what she's saying. With an overweight person in the background, and she will call them a land whale. Hashtag land whale. Look at this. Look at this overweight person in the background. I'm going to call her a land whale publicly because I'm such a nice person. But no, man, this is the kind of person she's always been, like a Mean Girls character. People say, no, she's changed, does she? She's changed, but I haven't seen it. This is the way she's always treated me. You saw it. She just called, she just changed her thing to shut up, boomer, and then blocked me just to make sure that I know that I'm a boomer, that she shut the fuck up. I'm an old guy that nobody should listen to. She's just a mean girl. This is the way she's always behaved. Just calling people names and acting immature and not owning up to any of the fucking shit she's done. No idea why you motherfuckers want to cover her constantly. Not a good person. Don't get it, but whatever. Moving on. Oh, yeah. And here's another thing she posted. Remember back when Trump won? Trump won the election, and she posted this, look at all the liberals crying, after she made a video on Lauren Southern's channel mocking Hillary that was obviously specifically designed by Lauren Southern to help Trump get elected. So after she goes around helping Trump get elected by making a video with Lauren Southern, the white supremacist, on Lauren Southern's channel, which was seen over 1 million times, she's mocking liberals. Cry harder, noobs. Cry harder, you fucking SJWs, because Trump won. Yeah, that turned out so well. Thank you, Shu. Thank you for helping Trump to win and mocking us for having a problem with it. Life has turned out so great for Americans because of that, hasn't it? Anyway, moving on from Shu. Did you guys know that me and Alex Jones are the same fucking age? Just about. He's 45 rather, and I'm 44. And man, lying ages the fuck out of you, doesn't it? Holy shit! Like I ain't crazy, am I? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I'm just egotistical. But I think I look a little bit younger than Alex Jones does. Holy shit! Look at the bags under his eyes and his receding fucking hairline. Of course, I can't talk. Like, my hairline is receding a bit too, but it's not receding as bad as his is. But also, I had hair reconstruction surgery. But here's the thing. Like, I don't even think the hair reconstruction surgery did very much. I think I got most of my hair back because I did two things. I took generic finasteride. And so you guys out there, here's a tip for you. You guys out there who are losing your hair, who are worried about it, you need to immediately fucking start doing this. First, generic finasteride, 1 milligram a day. You can get this shit from Mexico. You can find online pharmacies and shit from Mexico that'll actually sell you stuff like this without a prescription, and they're fine. Like, I take them all the time. I think I got 2 years supply for like $50. And if somebody really needs it, I could probably tell you where I got it from. Hopefully, like, giving up my supplier won't get them shut down or anything. That would suck. But anyway, so daily finasteride, what that does is that the tiny little hairs you have in your head, that helps thicken them up a little bit, but mostly it helps keep you from losing hair. So it just stops the hair loss right away. And then on top of that, from Amazon, you can get minoxidil, generic minoxidil. And you can get like a 6-month supply for like $35-$40, something like that. It's pretty cheap. You put it on, it's like this liquid you put on your head twice a day. Put it just like wherever you're fucking bald and shit, right on the top of your head. And man, I'm telling you, this shit really does work. You know, I was skeptical at first that this stuff would help me grow hair back, but it actually fucking does. So those of you guys out there who are worried about your hair loss, pro tip from me, I've done the work for you. I figured out what works and what doesn't work. So get out there and try it. And also, like, if you're desperate, you can have hair reconstruction surgery. The best place I found to have it is in Denver. You can have it done for $5,000 even. Which is pretty good fucking deal overall. That's about the cheapest you'll find it anywhere in America. So at the Hair Institute of Denver. So pro tip from me to you, and also don't lie your ass off because it'll age the fuck out of you like it did Alex Jones. All right, let's take a little break and read the super chats and read the fucking regular chat. Not very many super chats here. Elisa McDowell, $9.99. Thank you, Elisa McDowell. And what's up, Dusty? Love the show. Are you an indica or sativa guy? Here's the thing, Lonnie. I don't think there's any difference. Now, I know that's controversial as fuck, but I've smoked every fucking type of weed on the goddamn earth, and I've never been able to tell any fucking difference between any of them. People are like, no, man, indica makes you into couch. It, like, makes you a full body stone, and sativa is kind of like a brain high, like a brain buzz, and they're totally fucking different. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I ain't never felt the fucking difference. Maybe there is, but I just think it's fucking bullshit marketing. That's just my opinion. Thank you for that. More super chats, please. Lifeblood of the show. And we've got a long show to go, so please get your super chats in. No questions dodged. Help support the show, please. And let's see here. I guess that we're going to shit on Paul Joseph Watson. Paul Joseph Watson, if you didn't know, is a global warming denier. Of fucking course. Why wouldn't he be? And he's like, global warming alarmist in winter. Snow and cold temperatures aren't indicative of slowing climate change, morons. That's just weather. Global warming alarmist in the summertime. Oh my God, it's so hot that proves global warming. You fucking moron. Oh my God, you fucking moron. So people are like, why is it cold in the winter still when global warming is a real thing? Okay, because it's winter. It's still fucking winter. The sun is in a different location in the wintertime, which makes it colder. That still fucking happens regardless of whether global warming happens or not. Now, temperatures are rising in the summertime. We're having some of the highest temperatures in a row every fucking year. Temperatures are fucking rising across the board. Yes, we still have cold days during the fucking wintertime because it's winter. That's the way it fucking happens. It doesn't mean global warming's not happening. The proof of global warming happening is because in the summertime, the temperatures are continuously rising. This is not very hard to understand. It's not very difficult to understand, but it's just, this is the kind of logic conservatives have. It's very easy for idiots to understand because it's not nuanced in any way. It's a very simple argument. It's cold, so global warming is a fucking myth. And, you know, idiots are like, duh, he proved it. And that's conservative. The conservatism is in a nutshell. That's why it's so popular, because it's not the best ideas in the marketplace of ideas that survive and replicate. Generally, it's the ones that are easiest to understand, and conservatives' ideas are incredibly fucking easy to understand because, you know, they're just based on nothing and bullshit. So fuck you, Paul Joseph Watson. Crack a fucking book. But that's what he's all about, putting out propaganda for his right-wing fan base. And it's depressing. It's depressing how many people follow him and support him. And speaking of depressing, Rationality Rules is trying to parlay his anti-transgender videos into a guest spot on the Joe Rogan show, because of course he is. Why wouldn't he do this? Let me show you what he said here. All right, click. In reference to my latest video, at Joe Rogan, you're a legend. Any chance you fancy discussing and debating conspiratorial thinking, veganism, and transgender athletics? Yay! Hey, Joe. Any way I can parlay this incredibly transphobic video where I made a claim without no evidence that transgender people are going to completely destroy women's sports in order to spread fear amongst transgender people? And even though I used your video as a source of science and evidence instead of using the #1 scientific study done on the subject, can I come on your show, dude? God damn it, dude. Come on, man. This is not surprising. I mean, obviously, this is what he's done. He's used this controversy to get himself more clicks. He's, rode the coattails of this controversy to make more money off of. Even if he delisted the main video and donated the money to charity, he's still using this whole thing to make himself more famous and try to get on Joe Rogan show, where he can go on Joe Rogan show and talk about, they're just men, dudes. They're just men claiming to be women. These are men beating up women. I can't stand this. Somebody has to stand up and do something about it. And I watched people like Matt Dillahunty's response to this whole thing, and here you go, Matt. Like, it's obvious what has happened here. It's obvious now. He's come out. He's made several videos now where he's basically doubled down on his whole view that transgender women are going to destroy women's sports, and he can say all he wants to about, hey, I never said transgender women should have to compete in a separate category from men and all, or from women and all this shit, But he did directly tell people to go out and listen to Noel Plum. He did directly tell people that Noel Plum put out the best video, and he did, give a shout out to Noel Plum. And Noel Plum absolutely is telling people that transgender women should not be able to compete with cis women in sports. He's trying to get it made where transgender women are barred from competing with cis women in sports. And so by you shouting him out, that's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly the message that you are, propagating and you're supporting. Even though you're not saying it yourself, it's very clear what you're doing. And so people like Matt Dillahunty, where you at, man? He's come out and he's doubled down on this. It's clear. It's clear now that what he's putting out is transphobia, is having women, trans women banned from female sports. So why not step up and speak out against this? Why not speak out and say, hey, I was wrong to come out against the Austin atheist community for coming out and calling Rationality Rules out for this and distancing themselves from it. They did exactly the right thing. I was wrong. And I now distance myself from Rationality Rules. And instead, I side with the transgender people that he is harming. Where you at, Matt? Where you at? And Aaron Ra, Aaron Ra needs to do this too, in my opinion. And another thing about Aaron Ra, I like Aaron Ra, but Aaron Ra, I guess, went on the Non Sequitur show the other day, and I think that's immoral, in my opinion. I don't think anybody should go. Now, this is just my opinion. Now, go on it if you want to. I'm not anybody's dad. I'm not in charge of anybody. I'm just giving my fucking opinion on this. This is my opinion, and I think it is immoral for you to go on and support the Non Sequitur show now because they stole the show. They stole the Non Sequitur show from Steve, whatever his name is. Steve and Cal basically agreed in the beginning that they would form the show together. They build the show up together, and they would split everything 50-50. And Cal and his friends 100% stole the show from Steve, cut him completely out, never paid him a single penny, as far as I know, of anything they owe him. And if you continue to go on the show, people that actually stole the show, then you're basically you're almost like justifying it. You're almost like saying, okay, well, I don't have any problem with the fact that they fucking stole the show from this guy and they've cut him out of the money completely. That's kind of an asshole thing to do, to back these people up that did this. And so, Aaron, love you too, but please reconsider supporting these people. I think they're wrong, and I think that you shouldn't support them, in my opinion. So I guess that's all we're going to talk about that. Christy had a good take on it. Rationality Rules and Joe Rogan talking trans issues together. Hooray! Also, shoot me now. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? The two greatest minds of our time. Rationality Rules, that dude, so pretentious, man. That's the only word I can think of when I think about that dude. The way he talks, he doesn't come off natural in any way. Just like he thinks his own farts don't stink, and he thinks he's so fucking smart and the way he talks is just pretentious, dude. Him and Joe Rogan sitting around talking about transgender issues would be like peak skepticism. Would be everything the skeptic community has built towards in the last 4 or 5 years. So I would actually like to see that so I can rip it to shreds. That would be funny. And so since we're talking about Noel Plum, this is the guy that Rationality Rules is telling everybody they need to listen to. Noel Plum has the best take on it. Noel Plum's out there just fucking literally outright lying. I have never, ever advocated trans athletes have a separate category. In fact, I have always argued against that. If you don't know my position, please don't just guess. Okay, I guess technically that's true. He's never argued that trans athletes should have a separate category. What he's arguing for is that trans athletes be forced to compete with men. All trans athletes, both trans women and trans men, should be forced to compete with other men, and they should be barred in competing with cis women. So yes, technically you are not advocating that trans women not have their own category. You're just advocating that they be barred from competing with cis women in any way whatsoever. And if they want to compete with anybody, they should be forced to compete with men. That's what you're advocating. It's basically the same thing. I mean, you can say that it's different. Yes, you're not advocating for a separate category, but you're still advocating they be barred from competing with cis women, which is the problem, right? And this is the guy who Rationality Rules is advocating everybody listening to. So yes, by proxy, Rationality Rules is advocating that transgender women be barred from competing with cis women. That's 100% what he's advocating. He could say whatever he wants to, but he's just doing it by proxy, and that's why people have a problem with him and are calling him out for it, and that's why people like Matt Dillahunty, if you really care about humanism, if that's your main love, if that's what you mainly support, not your buddies, if you support humanism and what's right over your buddies, then, maybe speak out against this. I don't know. It's just my opinion, right? And this is kind of older video, but dude, this dude gets in trouble as fuck. What were you thinking, dude? This dude is fucking getting it too, man. He's all fucking happy he found him a hot woman to dance with. And let's just say his wife is in the audience and she is not pleased. Let's see how she reacts to this dude fucking getting it and grinding up on this woman. Here she comes. Oh, yeah, no, you fucking cheating scoundrel. What are you doing? You fucking asshole. What are you fucking thinking? I'm watching you do that shit, you dumbass. Yeah, dude, that's why you don't do that. That was funny as fuck. Poor dude. He never gonna live it down, is he? You are gonna get a divorce, dude. You probably should, man. Absolutely. So let's take a break here and see what the chat is saying. I guess I'll read the regular chat. What you guys got to say about all this? Aaron Ra is also a Jesus mythicist. Like I said, I'm open to the fact that Jesus was a myth. I never seen any evidence that says Jesus was a real man. If evidence is ever presented to me, I will be happy to examine it and change my opinion. Yeah, Stephen McRae, that's the dude I'm talking about. Meat isn't a nutritional requirement. That is true. I am a vegetarian, and I do absolutely fine without meat. I eat a lot of beans for protein. I stopped watching the non sequitur a while ago. Yeah, I wouldn't. You guys do what you want to, obviously, but I wouldn't watch it. I think the show should die because of what they did. I don't have a lot. I probably agree with a lot of things they say, or even most of the things they say, but still, they stole the show from the guy. And if you're going to be a piece of shit that steals from somebody, I'm not going to support you. Dusty, this is the one subject we disagree on, so would you be open to discuss it further? I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, I'm open to discussing anything. Why wouldn't I be? Dusty, we definitely agree on 99.98% of policy and position, but the non-sequitur thing is apparently part of our entirely 2%. We must discuss this. I think you may agree with me once we talk. Okay, I mean, what is to say? I've heard Kyle say he agreed that they would build a show together, and they agreed to 50-50 in perpetuity, and he took over the show, and he stole the show from the guy, and he kicked him off, and he hasn't paid him a cent. What is there to think about? What is there to argue about with this? That's stealing, right? That's 100% stealing. How can you spin that any other way? No, Dusty, he didn't steal it, man. I even showed it. I watched the conversation they had when he didn't think anybody was recording it, and he stole it. He admitted to it. You'd have to explain. Go ahead, explain it to me. Explain it to me how I'm wrong, but he stole that shit. So you still having Vaughn, dude? You already asked me that and already answered that. I've already answered that like 3 times now. So nothing I can do if you're not listening to what I'm saying. Who else keeps getting Rationality Rules recommended? It's super annoying. Yep, I can see why that would be annoying. He did not say he agreed to it in perpetuity. I mean, What else did they agree on? He said 50-50. What else is that? We're going to build the show together and we're going to split everything 50-50. Obviously, that doesn't mean we're going to split everything 50-50 until I decide to steal the show from you. Obviously, that's what they're fucking talking about. I mean, he didn't specify in the beginning, oh, we're just going to do 50-50 until I take over the show and then decide that you're no longer necessary. None of that. So what are you talking about? Anyway, moving on with the show. Still got plenty of fucking show to do. I'm already 2 hours into the show. Holy shit. I may have to cut the show short tonight and not do everything I had planned. I may just finish up this list and cut the show early because doing 4-hour shows is a little bit overkill, I think. Unless you guys really start kicking up with the super chats. And then I'll keep going. Otherwise, I might just cut it at 3 hours because it's kind of silly to do over that. Anyway. Very, very pro-life. Ben Shapiro, so pro-life. Every single Democrat says illegal immigrants will be covered by their health care plan. Every single one. Oh, my God. Aren't we so evil for wanting illegal immigrants covered by health care? Aren't we so evil for understanding that they're just doing what everybody on earth would do? They're just trying to come to this country to make a better life from their family, and we want them to cover and not die from easily preventable illnesses, and we want them to have checkups and shit, and preventive medical care to make sure that they live long, happy lives. Oh my God, we're so evil. What the fuck is wrong with us? But the same dude, see, obviously, he does not give a fucking shit about people's lives. But here he is. Nobody knows best when it comes to defining away human life. You seem to know what's best. You seem to define human life as illegal immigrants are not worth covering. That's exactly what you seem to be saying, right? But when it comes to abortion, suddenly, oh, I really care about babies. I care about unborn babies. Yeah, you care about unborn babies, but you don't care about born illegal immigrants just because, you know, they came over here not the right way. They come over here in a way that you didn't think they should. Suddenly, fuck them. It's exactly what you're saying here, dude. Hypocrite of the highest order. They don't give a shit about people once they're born. And, you guys know who Desmond, the drag kid, is? Incredibly controversial figure, mostly because right-wing people continuously lie about him. Now, I think Desmond's parents and Desmond himself have made a few errors. Like, they have one picture that they went and they took with this other grown drag queen who was wearing nothing but like a little codpiece and was like almost naked and stuff. And there's nothing sexual about the picture, obviously. It's just Desmond taking a picture with him. But they shouldn't do shit like that. They shouldn't have Desmond go to bars and shit and have like people tip him with dollar bills, because that seems very much like what strippers do, and associating Desmond with strippers and shit is just, you know, it gives conservatives ammo against the left that you shouldn't give them. But ultimately, I had no problem with there being drag kids. Who gives a fuck? Drag has been around since, you know, for hundreds of years. Drag was very popular in the Shakespearean days. As many of you know, as I've said before, women weren't allowed to be on stage with men back in the Shakespearean days, so all female characters were played by men. And drag means actually something to do with like really a guy. Something D, I can't remember what the D stands for. Something is really, like dude is really a guy or something is what it stands for. Anyway, it's like one of the oldest acting professions there is men dressing up like women, right? So I have no problem with it. And if Devin wants to fucking be a drag kid and he's getting attention and he's having fun, who gives a fucking shit, right? I just think they need to be more careful about how they present him. But anyway, the point is, so many people use him as a propaganda tool and they outright lie about him. And here's one. Like this person said, this person basically saw this other person's post and they didn't really check in on it. So they said, I agree, this is bad. Well, let me show you their post first. Why is this kid's parents not in jail? And so, as proof this kid's parents should be in jail, they post this picture and they post this picture of him, and you can see there's like a quote, and clearly this quote is from Desmond, right? And because it's right above Desmond's picture and it's highlighted and it's clearly a quote to make you think this is a quote from Desmond. And the quote says, I am a sexy kid with sexy feelings. It's totally cool for grown-ups to get turned on by me. I love it. That's why I do this stuff. It's great. It's fun. It's me. Oh my God. This is obviously Desmond admitting that he's a sexy kid and he wants adults to sexually fantasize about him. And this kid's parents should be in jail, right? Obviously. And this is what this person's saying who read this tweet and didn't look into it. And they're like, I agree. This is bad. The sexualization, objectification of children. But it turns out like, no, this is not something Desmond said. Literally, this is so stupid. They went out and they found a pedophile to comment on Desmond. And the pedophile's comment on Desmond was that the pedophile found a child to be sexy. This is a comment from a pedophile, not from Desmond. This is a pedophile saying that when he sees Desmond, this is what he thinks Desmond is thinking. So the story here is that pedophile finds child sexy. No fucking shit. He's a pedophile. Pedophiles find children sexy. That's kind of their whole gig. They're literally blaming children now that pedophiles find them sexy. That's their whole angle. Let's blame fucking Desmond that a pedophile finds him sexy. Dude, if you look at Desmond and the first thing you think in your head is that, oh my God, this kid is sexy. They're sexualizing this child. That's fucking on you, dude. When I see Desmond, the last fucking thing that I think in my mind is, oh my God, there's a sexy child. No, that never even fucking occurs to me in any way whatsoever. Like, this kid is not making people think children are sexy. If you think this child is sexy, you were already fucking a pedophile to begin with. You don't fucking blame children for the feelings of pedophiles. What is wrong with you people? And they're clearly only doing this to be dishonest. They're clearly doing this to make you think Desmond said this, to make you think that, oh, liberals, look how evil they are. Look how evil drag queens are and gay people are. They're obviously a bunch of fucking pedophiles. When almost every fucking time somebody turns out to be a pedophile, it's a conservative or a Christian conservative or a Christian politician. Almost every fucking time. Yet they never call that shit out. They never bring attention to it. It's only making these claims that it's liberals, Pizzagate, and fucking transgender people and trannies and drag queens. That's the real problems of society, isn't it? That's where the fucking real evil is. No, dude. You're lying. We see through this. And people like this person who's clearly, I think this person is a fucking liberal, right? You have to be more careful about the shit that they're showing you. You have to be more careful because they're being dishonest. They're lying to you on purpose to make you mad. You got to be able to see through that shit. Like, as soon as I saw this quote, I read it and I was thinking, okay, I don't believe it. I don't believe this kid said this. I believe this is bullshit. So I went, look, of course, that's what I always do. I research everything that I see, especially things that seem like a little off or like they're too stupid to be true. And you guys really got to start questioning things more and researching things for yourself. Don't fall for the shit because it's obvious what they're doing. And, oh, okay, so the Dalai Lama, this fucking asshole, was interviewed the other day, and basically he's like, it's okay if we have a female Dalai Lama in the future, but if we have one, she has to be hot. That's the only way we can have a female Dalai Lama is if she's hot, because, you know, the Dalai Lama has to be so hot, because I'm so hot. Look at you, dude. You old, ugly motherfucker. You ain't hot. Why the fucking shit a female goddamn Dalai Lama gotta be hot? How is that not sexist as shit? So let's listen to this fucking cow ass. Up. All right, here we go. Do it. Do it. Click on it. What the fuck? Do it.
Comment upset a lot of women.
That is one time.
All right, do it again.
You once said that you would be open to a female successor.
That also possible.
You also told one of my colleagues that that female must be attractive, otherwise...
Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Twitter. Work it out. Come on. What the fuck? God damn it, live show. Oh my God, really? All right, let's try it again. Come on, motherfucker.
It's not much use.
Okay, yes.
Can you see why that comment upset a lot of women?
That is one time. If female Dalai Lama comes, and should be more attractive. If female Dalai Lama, oh God, that people, I think, prefer not see that face.
Yeah, if a female Dalai Lama looked like me, like an ugly old motherfucker, people would have a problem with that. Female has to be hot, or else what's the fucking point of having a female Dalai Lama? Oh God, dude, seriously. Serenity now. Serenity now.
Can you see why a lot of women, though, found that quite offensive when you said it?
So one Indian, you see, because of some complaint about my sort of, that sort of my sort of expression. But okay, I think they themselves, I think if there's opportunity to ask whether they spend some money for makeup.
So basically what he's saying here right now is any woman that has a problem with this is a hypocrite because you're all out there wearing makeup, trying to make yourself more beautiful. So why wouldn't you want a female Dalai Lama to be more beautiful? Huh, women? Don't be hypocrites. Yeah, like, you know, a lot of women put on makeup because they're kind of forced to by society because men in society don't take them as seriously unless they paint themselves, like they have a hard time competing with other women who paint themselves if they don't also paint themselves. So it's basically part of the male-dominated society that forces them to do this. A lot of them wouldn't do it if they didn't have to. But you're kind of a cow dick, aren't you, dude?
I think they must do something.
A lot of women would say that's objectifying women.
Yes, it
and
is.
It's about who you are inside, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Yes, I
Should
think
be.
both.
I think both.
Real beauty is inner beauty. That's true.
But you should still have to have outer beauty, or else what's the point?
But we human being, I think the appearance also important.
All right, well, why is your appearance not important? Why didn't the spirit that picked you to be the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama pick somebody hot? Why isn't it Chris Evans? Why isn't it fucking Jason Momoa? Why is it you, dude? You fucking sexist bitch. So it just shows you that it doesn't even matter. Even religions that are supposed to be cool. Like, this is supposed to be the one kind of cool religion that it's not about, you know, violence and sexism. Still about fucking sexism. Sexist bullshit. There's still fucking male-dominated assholes running even the better religions in the fucking world. So that's why I ain't involved in none of it. It's all bullshit from top to goddamn bottom, in my opinion. And I'll see. Next up, every single morning, these Vietnamese parents, they put their kid in a fucking bag and they carry him across the river so he can go to school and stay dry and shit. Now, this is some fucking parenting right here. And people are like, oh my God, they're going to smother that little kid, dudes. They've been doing this every fucking day. They know what they're doing. It's a fucking plastic bag. If he was really smothered, he'd just be like, you know, rip a little hole in it. Or he'd be like, hey, I'm smothered. And they'd be like, okay, open it up a little bit. He's fine. I'm just saying, these here are some goddamn great parents. Fucking way to go above and beyond the Call of Duty for their children. Love to see that shit. Doing what you got to do for your children. And so Netflix has a new movie out that's called Murder Mysteries, starring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston of Friends fame. And while the movie is not very good, it was okay. I give it like a 5.5 out of 10, something like that. Apparently, Q, the conspiracy theory Q, is seeing conspiracies all over this fucking movie, man. This movie is fucking proof that the Q conspiracy is true as shit. The fucking people that are running our planet, the Illuminati or whatever the fuck it is these people think are running the planet, they're putting hidden symbols inside this movie to show that Q is actually correct all along. And so here it is. A new movie, Murder Mystery, with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Q is everywhere. See photos below. There's also a scene where the car features a license plate with both Q and 17 in the number. Also, Jennifer Aniston wears a robe with a Q monogram. Yep. Proof. Here's all the proof you need, motherfuckers. Q is true because this movie has Q's in it. Look, this pillow has a Q on it. This pillow has a Q on it. Look, fuck. Goddamn it, there's Q's on this pillow too. Goddamn, this is total fucking proof. Q is real and shit. Only the boat they're on is named the Queen. Yeah, the boat they're on. And also the guy who owns the boats, last name is Quince. And so the Q on all this shit is because of those reasons and nothing to do with fucking conspiracy theories, you goddamn loons. This is how crazy people operate. They see proof of their conspiracy theories in every fucking thing. And I don't doubt that a lot of people that follow the Q conspiracy are just bullshitting. But still, if you read it, it's clear a lot of them fucking believe this conspiracy. And if you don't understand the Q conspiracy, basically it's revolved around this. Basically, it's that Donald Trump is actually a super fucking genius and that he's just pretending to be stupid in order to trick people and setting them up in his game of 4D chess where he outmaneuvers everybody by pretending to be an idiot somehow. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but these people would do anything to believe that Donald Trump is some kind of godlike savior, that he is actually here for the betterment of humanity. And so since the fact that he's obviously a bumbling idiot that can't even string a fucking sentence together, they have to have some kind of cognitive dissonance that explains that away in their mind and explains how he's actually a super genius instead of, you know, a complete fucking tool. And so this is what they've come up with. Just incredibly insane conspiracy bullshit. But it's fun to make fun of and laugh at. It's sad that people actually believe that. And let's see what the fucking chat has to say. No religion is cool. True that. All religions fucking sucks. Dalai Lama is a limousine pimp. Yep. Just another prosperity gospel shithead that pretends he's all fucking with the people, a populist, but he's actually not. He's just in it for his own bullshit. Hey, was actually very handsome in his youth, was he? Doubt. But he ain't now, so why didn't the all-powerful being make him a handsome older man? Because there's lots of handsome older gentlemen out there. Failed. Haley Muse, so no on sexy drag queen then. Don't know. Adam Sandler is still doing stuff. Yes, Adam Sandler is still making tons of fucking money with his Happy Gilmore company. And his movie with Jennifer Aniston was one of the most seen movies on Netflix. So yeah, he's still doing quite well. FYI, Buddhism is atheist. Okay, well, sort of. But they believe in like reincarnation and bullshit like that, right? That's not really atheist in my opinion. The next Dalai Lama should be Stephen Woodford. Yep. Wouldn't be surprised. At least he's sort of handsome, I guess. Q is coming to send us to the Borg. Resistance is futile. You must assimilate. Okay. Let me check out the Super Chats. Super Chats. Lifeblood of the show, Super Chats. How do I find your Discord server? I'm broke. Please link. Somebody please link the Discord server in the chat. I always fail to do that. I should put it in the description of my videos, but I keep forgetting to do that, so I'm sorry about that. But yes, please, somebody please link the Discord chat. Let's see. Joe Rogan acts like he's the hero of this IDW skeptic kind of movement, and yet he still repeats JFK and moon landing conspiracy. Trustworthy mind. Yeah, you know, Joe is supposed to be the guy that questions everything. Joe's supposed to be the guy that's skeptical, but if you watch his show, he's skeptical about very little. He questions very little of the shitheads he has on his show, and, you know, that's his gimmick. Now, he basically wants to be like Art Bell. You guys know who that is? It's the guy that runs Coast to Coast AM. It used to be like a conspiracy show where he basically had any nut that believed anything, moon landing hoax or UFOs or Bigfoots or whatever, and he took him seriously and didn't really question. That's what Joe Rogan wants to be, and that's what Joe Rogan does now, even though it's pretty harmful to society, in my opinion. Joe Rogan is shameless in that way. And a mystery dude, $3 Canadian. Shame to see so many YouTubers spread trends. Say, yeah, but you know, that's not surprising in any way. I've been speaking out about for 3 years now about the direction the skeptic community was taking, the hard right turn it took. And so it's not surprising at all to see this happen. Now, I said it was going to happen. It happened just like I said it was. So, told you, motherfuckers! What did you think of Philosophy Tube's abortion vid? I only saw part of it, but I thought it was pretty good. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but I need to get back on it. Sexy guy, though. So sexy, that Philosophy Tube. $10 D-Dog. Those darn Democrats. Why can't they back slavery, beatings, and raping them and their kids like conservatives? All the healthcare BS sounds like something like Jesus would do. Yep, fucking Jesus. Want to heal people and heal the sick for free. Clearly a socialist shithead. HS Russ $5. Thanks so much for covering the DIN debate. I guess DIM debates to me means. I'm looking forward to reviewing the coverage. Sorry I had to miss that part of the live show. No problem. I try to give a short Reader's Digest version of it, so you guys who didn't watch it can know what the fuck went on. Droptimus 4K Gaming, how do I find your Discord? I already answered that. Somebody please link that in the chat. I'd appreciate that. HS Ross, $10 Canadian. I felt that Bernie needs to do more to connect the dots to make his case. Don't let the centrists get away with saying that a public option will get to universal coverage faster than Medicare for all. Okay, I think that's a good point. I think Bernie will come alive more when there's less people on the stage with him. When you have 10 people all fighting for attention, it's really hard to stand out. But I think eventually, you know, they'll narrow it down to the top 4 or 5, and he'll really start shining in the debates more. At least I hope so. Billy Boy Blue, $5. Was the woman interviewing the Dalai Lama wearing makeup? I should say so. Yeah, she was wearing makeup, but like I said, she's probably, like, if she had a choice, she probably wouldn't do it. I think a lot of the women that wear makeup do it because they don't really have much of a choice. They are kind of forced to compete. HS Ross, $5. When they ask how we will implement Medicare for all, don't just talk about fighting. Also explain how the phase-in will work and will be fast and awesome. Good points. Hopefully he will give more details on Medicare for all and make his case better to the United States citizens. I bet he will. He seems like he's a pretty good expert on this, and I'm guaranteed he can probably make a pretty good case for it. Also, Bernie needs to do more, explicitly lay out the case that he's a movement politician who understands how to fight and will fight, but the others are not. Yeah, for one thing, he's consistent. He's been consistently saying the same thing for, 50 years, so that's a big feather in his cap, in my opinion. Brian Batcher, $1. Thank you, Brian. $5, Ethan Davenport. Should the Hawaiian monarchy be reinstated? No, definitely not. No monarchies. Against that. Thank you for that question. I appreciate that. On with the show. All right, let's see. Yeah, I love this. This is at Newsmax. What a hard-hitting fucking story they did here. Trump accuser backed Hillary Obama. Oh my. You don't say. Rape survivor doesn't vote for man who raped her. Shocking, isn't it? I wonder why a rape survivor didn't vote for the person who raped her and instead backed the other people who didn't rape her. What a mystery. she must be lying because she didn't vote for the guy who raped her. That's the only logical explanation that you can form from this. She didn't support Trump. Liar! He never touched you. And next up from K. Austin Collins. Oh, God. I should have moved this up so we could talk about this earlier, but this is Marianne Williamson. Like, I want to feel bad for her because, like, her message was, you know, about love and shit, and that's a nice message to spread, even though it's woo and it's a bunch of hippy-dippy bullshit. But at the same time, 2020 candidate Marianne Williamson, vaccine mandates are Orwellian. So, yeah, fuck her, right? We need herd immunity. We need mandated vaccinations because idiots won't vaccinate their kids if we don't mandate it, and then that lowers herd immunity, and that makes it to where more kids are going to suffer and die. So, fuck this loon. Want to back her up, but I simply can't. And you guys remember familiar with Roosh? We've talked about Roosh on the show before. Roosh is probably the most famous pickup artist in the world until recently, where he basically decided he was going to become a Christian and turn his back on his pickup artistry ways and not let people talk about getting women and picking up women for sex anymore on his forums and whatnot. Well, I didn't know this, but apparently Roosh is even a bigger, giant, douchebag, shithead asshole than I thought he was. Here's a thread that points it all out. Number 1, Roosh V is in the middle of a new tour. He's best known as a pickup artist and a men's rights activist, but did you know he's also an anti-Semite and white nationalist? And he's selling tickets via Eventbrite. Hey, Eventbrite, might want to look into that. These payments are processed through @Square. Also might want to look at this @Square, and this shows. So here we go. Number 2, Roosh V started as a pickup artist, but in 2014, when Gamergate was presented as a men's rights issue, he started to move out of the manosphere bubble, attracted a new audience of incels and other angry chumps. And here's one of the things he wrote. Gamergate has unleashed the culture war on the mainstream. Oh my God, Gamergate. So sad. Number 3, by 2015, he was hawking anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and stumping for race scientist Kevin McDonald. Here's a Roosh article. The damaging effect of Jewish intellectualism and activism on Western culture. Oh, man. It's the fucking Jews, man. Fucking Jews are destroying Western society, aren't they? No, they're not destroying Western society at all. Fucking anti-Semitic piece of shit. Number 4. For a good quick explainer on how pickup artists became a part of the alt-right, see this comic from The Nib. How pickup artists morphed into the alt-right. Okay, another good thing to put. Number 5, in 2016, Roosh came out with his support for white nationalist Richard Spencer. Here's an article he wrote. Roosh V, I do not disavow Richard Spencer. Of course you don't. Why wouldn't you? After all, Richard Spencer just wants a non-violent ethnic cleansing. Because that exists, folks. Nonviolent ethnic cleansing, definitely something that's happened many times in history, right? Way to go, Roosh. Number 6, and in 2018, he was a guest on white nationalist YouTube channel Red Ice TV. Literally, Red Ice TV is as bad as it gets. This is about the most racist channel on YouTube. So Roosh being part of that, signal boosting for this channel just shows where where his sympathies lie. By September 2018, he was deplatformed by Amazon, PayPal, and Discus, who recognized him for what he was, a hate monger spreading a message of misogyny, violence, and racism. Number 8, in October 2018, he closed down his website after being banned by several advertising partners. Deplatforming works. And now that's why he's shifting his grift now, since he's had so much pushback from his anti-Semitic white supremacy bullshit. He's trying to shift from being a pickup artist to being a Christian. He's a new Christian speaker now. Oh my God. Yep. Shocker. The new Christian grift is from a white supremacist. Who could have possibly have seen that coming? And, give this Arab immigrant multiple awards, multiple accolades, and multiple lives. Hero. Yeah. This is fucking pretty awesome. Crazy footage. Get away from me, fucking fly! Out of my goddamn face. What the fuck is wrong with you? So anyway, this Muslim dude, it doesn't really matter if he's a Muslim or not, I guess. It doesn't matter what his fucking religion is. But cool thing, he's just standing outside, like on the street. And he's like, holy shit, there's a baby about to fucking fall out of the goddamn window. Does anybody else see this? And yep, he catches the baby. Wow, that could have been a splat. And then he's fucking looking around. Holy shit, did anybody else see that? I just fucking caught a baby. And they're looking up. Holy shit, did a baby just fall out of the sky? Where did that come from? And he's like, holy goddamn fuck, I just saved the baby's life. You're a fucking hero, dude. What the fuck? And they're all looking up there. Can't believe it. That's exactly how I'd respond. You're a hero, dude. And the baby was completely fine, unharmed whatsoever. So good looking out, dude. Sometimes you got to look up. hero status. And, oh my God. Here's a hardcore liberal Dave Rubin. Congrats to the Democratic debate winner, Donald Trump. Only a year and a half more of this before the election. Yep. Behaving exactly like liberals would. Proven once again, Dave Rubin is exactly as advertised. He's just a misunderstood liberal. He's really for all the things liberals are for. He wants universal health care, and he's for gay marriage, and he's for all that good shit, isn't he? No. No, regardless of what he says, he's still a fucking conservative. He still backs Donald Trump. He still backs candidates that do exactly the opposite of what he claims he's for. And what you do is what you really believe. You can say that you believe a certain thing all you want to, but your actions prove what you fucking really believe. And you're just a right-wing dipshit, Dave Rubin. Nobody believes you except for the biggest fucking naive shitheads on the planet, of which I am not one. And here's another from Jared Hope. All right, so look, at this point, PragerU is just putting out videos to troll. You should be able to see through exactly what they're doing. There are like so many of these other anti-SJW conservative channels where their whole gist of their grift is, look how much we've upset the libs. Look how much we've upset the libs. Look, they're triggered. You should support us because we made them mad. And it's basically conservatism is mostly built up now around the idea of meanness and pettiness, on making the other side mad, not putting forth ideas that are actually good for society, not putting forth ideas that progress society in any way whatsoever. Just, oh my God, look at all the liberals we're making mad, support us. And this is clearly what they're doing here. You can say, attention triggered leftist, smiley face. And they're putting out this video. It's a video for PragerU called No Such Thing as White Nationalism. Let's see. I thought this was a video. Yeah, here we go. I'll play this for you, goddammit. All right, Serenity now. All right, here we go.
Nationalism is a beautiful thing. And there's no such thing as white nationalism.
Oh, God.
That's the irony. What is white nationalism?
What is
white
white
is a race. Oh, God. Aren't most of the people in Iceland white? Are they part of white nationalism? How could you be a white nationalist? There's no white nation. Okay. There are nations composed largely.
Yeah, that's the point, dude. That's the point. They want to create a nation of white people. Haven't you listened to them or Googled it? And well, he has. Let's face it. He knows what he's saying is bullshit. It doesn't matter whether what he's saying is bullshit. The entire point is to upset people and to attract the petty motherfuckers who love when they upset people. That's all this is about. What we see through it is exactly what Soph does. It's exactly what people like Shoe on Head have built their career doing. Exactly what people like Sargon do. They just don't give a shit. They're just petty assholes, right?
Of whites, but that's a separate issue. The people in Iceland don't walk around thinking yay for white. They think yay for Iceland. Big difference. So this notion, if the president of the United States mentions nationalism, it's something about white supremacy. That's absurd. The whole point of American nationalism is that it contains people of every race. Nationalism ends race. It doesn't celebrate race. It celebrates nation.
No, it doesn't.
And it's
white nationalism does not celebrate any of that. White nationalism celebrates race. That's what it's all about. White nationalists believe that we can't get along with other races, that we will be more peaceful, and we would enjoy it more if we're around our own people. Although I don't view it like that. That's how they view it. It's our people. And if you would have listened to any white nationalist for 5 fucking seconds, you would understand how bullshit what you're saying is. But this is just trying to cover for white nationalism. It's just trying to cover up for it. And it's just trying to, like I said, trying to make people mad. This is really silly.
Beautiful thing to have a national identity.
Why?
Not just human being. What does that mean? You're a member of a biological species known as Homo sapiens?
Yes, I'm a member of a biological species known as Homo sapiens. These imaginary lines on pieces of paper, these borders that separate us don't really mean anything. People from Mexico, people from Canada, people from other countries are almost exactly the same as I am. Biologically, they're pretty much exactly the same. Now, they have slightly different cultures, but even that is a very minor difference. So, yes, I see them as my fellow human beings, and I don't let these imaginary lines on pieces of paper decide how I view them, or I view my own people who are on this side of the imaginary line better than them, or I have some kind of camaraderie with my people on this side of the imaginary line over them. Patriotism and nationalism is simply a pep rally where you cheer for your school simply because you happen to go there. It's absolutely fucking meaningless. So anyway, keep going.
That's your identity? Yay, Homo sapiens. Who are you going to root for in the World Cup? Homo sapiens.
Yes, I'm not going to root for anybody in the World Cup because I don't give a shit. Why the fuck would I give a shit about a boring sport like that? But yes, I root for whoever plays the better. You know, whoever has the better sportsmanship, whoever I think the better human beings are. I don't care if America wins. I don't care if the other team wins. Whoever deserves it more is who I root for.
Sapiens? It's preposterous.
No.
And
no.
bad, morally bad.
It's morally bad.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's morally bad not to just arbitrarily pick somebody to support just because they happen to live in your geographical area. You're the last person on earth I should be taking morals from. You literally work for a man, a billionaire, who teaches that homosexuality is the same as pedophilia and bestiality. You literally work for that guy. And also, I found out recently that Ben Shapiro, not just when he appears on PragerU, but also his other show, was it with the Daily Wire or whatever it is also funded by Ferris Wilks, the hate preacher that teaches that homosexuality is the same as bestiality and pedophilia. So no wonder fucking bigot Ben Shapiro has no problem working for this guy when Ben Shapiro was publicly a goddamn bigot against gay people, like directly in people like Dave Rubin's face, specifically tells him what a bigot is. So it's no wonder he works for these assholes, and so does this shithead.
To have nationalism, the left hates it, and that's part of the great ideological battle in America and the West. People unthinkingly go, oh yeah, nationalism, gee, that's bad. What's bad about it?
I just explained why it was bad. It's bad because you're simply cheering for the people that are on your side of the fence just because you happen to be born there. It makes absolutely no sense. It's as arbitrary as anything could get.
People of every different race and every different religion united as one nation. What could be more beautiful? Who are you going to give power to if it isn't?
But that's not white nationalism.
Diffused among states in the United States.
Anyway, what a fucking idiot. We see right through what the fuck he's doing. But the sad part is, it's working. You know, it's working. Dude's making millions of dollars probably a year. Just himself making millions of dollars doing shit like this. Funded by billionaires. This is where all the money is, folks. Like, LeftTube really has to start supporting leftist content. Not just me, folks. Yes, me too, but not just me. There's a lot of fucking leftist content out there that you guys need to start supporting. Not just monetarily, but like with your clicks, with your shares, with your likes, with your retweets. All of that shit is important. You're basically voting. With every share, with every retweet, with every super chat, you're voting for the kind of world you like to see. And conservatives are voting often, and they're voting hard, and they're using their money to change society for the worse, and we have to fight them head on. So please do that. Please vote. Let's see what the chat has to say. Look at the chat. Let's see. PragerU is shit. Yes, PragerU is definitely shit. Wilkes Brothers funded? Yes, definitely Wilkes Brothers funded. Thought PragerU was I'd say Coach. I know it's Coke, but Koch brothers funded. No, it might be. I mean, they probably do take money from the Koch brothers. I know it's Coke. But they're mainly funded by the Wilkes brothers. Ferris Wilkes is one of the main Wilkes brothers who is a billionaire. He got his money fracking, and he's a hate preacher. So look that up. It's so hard for me to care about Twitter. Well, you should start caring about Twitter because Twitter is a major battle zone in this war, in this social media war. So Twitter's an even bigger battleground than like Facebook is, in my opinion. So it does matter what you retweet. It matters who you follow. It matters what you share. And, vote in your own best interest if you can, in my opinion. I have to get on Twitter now. Dusty, goddammit. Yep, get on Twitter. Be sure you follow me, Cult of Dusty1, Cult of Dusty1, Cult of Dusty1, the best channel on fucking Twitter. Yep, the Crotch Brothers. I don't know why I call them Koch brothers. It's just funny. Like Mayor Ed Koch. But people are always correcting me. It's the Koch brothers, Dusty. I know it's the Koch brothers. I know that I mispronounce everybody's name. It's just some fun thing I do. I understand other people don't think it's as fun as I do. So anyway, moving on with the show. We're 2 hours and 37 minutes in the show. I guess we're going to do about another 20 minutes. I think I'm going to hold the religious bullshit to the next show and just finish up what I have here because, man, time sure does fly when you're talking about assholes, don't it? And here's one from Elliot Lever. This is funny. This is from The Onion, I guess. Goth anti-vaxxer refuses to listen to The Cure. That's a solid joke right there. I think that's a fucking solid joke. I used to love The fucking Cure growing up, man. Whenever I am alone with you. Awesome. Robert Smith, The Cure, but funny as shit. And probably is some crazy-ass person out there like that. And, man, talking about Trumpism being a cult... If you needed any more evidence, this is a cult. These people are so fucking weird. And it's very disheartening to listen to this because you have somebody like Trump, who is one of the most giant pieces of shit to ever be in the White House. And not only that, one of the biggest pieces of shit to ever live. A guy who has a history of like doing racist shit, like refusing apartments to black people or putting out $100,000 ads in the New York Times to try to get 5 innocent black kids killed for something they didn't do. And, just shit like tax cuts for trillionaires and supporting Saudi Arabia as they kill American journalists and just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Horrible human being. Yet you have people like this who literally continuously praise him even though he's evil as shit. It's just so disheartening to watch, but it's a cult as big as anything has ever been a cult. And here's proof. Let's have a look.
But then an outsider, my good Samaritan,
God, look at her.
President Donald J. Trump.
She's nuts.
He saw me there, and he didn't walk by. He stopped. And for every single one of us, he gave up his own quality of life so we could live and work and fight with dignity, because he believes in survival of the fighters, not the fittest. And so, Mr. President,
What does that mean?
I have to say you have made a lot of promises to us, and you have kept every one of them. So now we're going to make you this promise. Just as you fought for us, Forgotten America will never forget how you saw us on the side of the road, and you walked over, and you picked us up, and you made us great again. And now we're going to fight for you, Mr. President. God bless you.
God bless you. America was so broken, and you're the hero we needed, Trump. You basically were sent by Jesus. We were laying on the side of the road, basically dead, and Trump, you gave up your quality of life. You gave up everything. You gave up your beautiful existence, and you went to the shitty White House, one of the most awful places on earth, and you fucking gave up everything that you built, and you picked us up out of the gutter, and you dusted us off, and you blew on us, and you kissed our boo-boos, and you made everything better because you're awesome, Trump. It's just, oh my God, dude. These people are so fucking weird. Dude is such an evil, fucking traitorous, racist shithead, right? He literally recently, somebody accused him of rape, and his response to the rape allegation was, she's not my type. Basically, she's too ugly to fuck. She's too ugly to rape. I wouldn't have raped her. If I was going to rape anybody, it wouldn't be somebody fucking ugly. It's just... This is why we need feminism, folks, really. Honestly, we have a president in office right now who is making statements that women are too ugly to rape. That's literally the gist of what the fuck he's talking about, right? This is why women don't feel like they're properly represented. When you have the leader of the free world make statements like this, rape has nothing to do with how attractive a woman is. Nothing. It is not about sex. It is about power. And the power you feel over a woman is not because she's attractive. It just depends on who the woman is. You know, what kind of asshole you are and how you feel about that woman and what kind of power you want to extract from her. Nothing whatsoever to do with being attracted to her. And so it's just, and you have to know that Trump knows this too. Like, he's just putting that forth because he knows that that'll be a good excuse for his fan base to just wave away claims by women that he sexually abused them. And oh God, this is hard to believe it's real, but are you gamers ready to rise up yet? Are you ready to rise up against Trump, you fucking conservative gamers? He's gonna put a fucking tax on consoles. A price increase of 25% will likely be put on new video game consoles out of reach for many American families who we expect to be in the market for a console this holiday season. So yep, Trump's about to fucking tax consoles, gamers. Are you ready to rise up yet? Nope, still not ready to rise up. Still not ready to go against Daddy Trump, even though he's attacking your games. I don't know. If there's one thing that gets fucking gamers out of their basements, up off their chairs, and out from in front of their screens, you think it would be this, but probably still not, because they still believe that blue-haired college kids are the worst threat to their existence. So why battle the guy who's actually making your life more shit? Just battle the fucking boogeyman that the anti-SJW YouTube channels tell you you're supposed to battle, right? And you ever wonder why women live more than men?
So today I'll be jumping onto this microwave. This is for chocolates and chocolates. So try this at home. I hope you like it. Whoop whoop. Fuck this shit!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck that shit. Dude, like, what did you think was going to happen? What was the end game here? Now, clearly I feel bad for this guy. This guy clearly is like not all there is mentally infirmed, so I'm not meaning to make fun of him, but yeah, whoever filmed that, you're not friends with this guy. You shouldn't allow this guy to do things like this. You're an asshole for encouraging him. Don't do that shit, dude. Piece of shit. And this person busted me out. This is a fucking fan of mine. Fucking fan of mine totally busted me out. Saw they wrote another article about you. Man ruthlessly scolds other man online for having opinion he held less than 2 years ago. Ugh. Fucking burn. This is a sick ass burn. This is totally me, right? I'm such a hypocrite. I'm calling people out left and right for saying the exact same bullshit I said 2 years ago. Totally fair criticism of me. But, at least I try to own up to the shit I did in the past. And I only call people out who have not owned up to their shit. So, but totally got me. Wicked burn. Apply water directly to the burned area. That's what I'm going to do. And here's another one from Rational Disconnect. The links these people go to maintain their apathy and not have basic human empathy is astounding. And the New York Post posted about this. Migrant toddler father washed up dead in border crossing tragedy. This is the big thing going around this week. This fucking, man, like I just want to lay down and cry. Like I can't even allow myself to think about it. Like if I think, a lot of this, it's kind of funny for me to say this, but I think the older I get, the less testosterone I have, and probably the more estrogen I have, and so the more sensitive I get about this kind of stuff, and so the more this stuff really gets to me. It's not a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing to be more empathetic and to be more feminine, to address your feminine side more, because it does make you feel for people in ways that help you to empathize more and make society better, in my opinion. But anyway, Tulo says, propagandize much? Yes. That's our problem. The problem is not the situation that caused this to happen, that caused these two people to die brutally like this. It's the people pointing it out or propagandizing it. And Rational Disconnect simply asked, how is this propaganda? Blocked you. Fucking, I can't even handle a very basic, simple question. Yep. That's right-wing shitheads for you. And this, like, the whole case of this is so sad. Apparently, they were just trying to get asylum in America. And they waited too long. They were waiting so long, and I guess the people that are in charge of deciding whether you get asylum in America made them wait so long to be able to see them. So they decided to swim across the Rio Grande or something. So he swam his little baby daughter over first, and he put her on the shore, and he started swimming back to go to his family, and she jumped in after him. And so he basically swam back to grab her, and he and her both got swept away, and they drowned. And man, I got to turn this off because. All right. Let me listen to this real quick.
Ideologically inconsistent and unprincipled.
While I recover real quick, let me listen to this for a second. This is Cody Johnson, who I love. Come on, play, dude. God damn it. Come on. I need you to play while I cry.
Opportunist who plays on emotions and fears and popular trends instead of like a charismatic male.
Help me out, YouTube. I gotta fucking cry for a second. God damn it. Come on. Work with me. Fuck. Do it. Oh my God, dude. Come on, seriously. All right, well, at least this
right-wing
got me out of wanting to cry.
In the form of an ideologically inconsistent and...
Why is the audio doubling? All right, I'm over my little crying spell. All right, this is Cody Johnson for some other news, and he put out a fucking amazing video that just debunked the fuck out of Ben Shapiro in every way. God, this was so brutal. And Cody Johnson's amazing. He's like literally one of the few people alive today that has the ability to make me laugh. I guess this is a thing that a lot of comics have, where they don't really find too much that can make them laugh. I find things funny, but to actually make me laugh out loud, it really takes a special person. And Cody is one of those few people, so I highly recommend. But anyway, in this video short, he very, very succinctly points out how what Ben Shapiro does and Ben Shapiro's peers, how they behave, and how the way they behave is very, very similar to the way they behaved in Nazi Germany. And he puts out all the receipts that show exactly how what they're doing is very similar. So hopefully this will play this time. Hopefully. Come on. God damn it. What the fuck? Why? I don't understand. Why? Why are you not
An
playing?
inconsistent and unprincipled opportunist who plays on emotions and fears and popular trends to further a hatred and dictatorship against the left amidst popular enthusiasm due to ineffective liberal governance and political gridlock, leading to an uneasy alliance with conservative elites for the purposes of their own agenda, while a collection of syncretistic intellectuals spend their time complaining about liberal academia and communists, while the cult-like movement and leader create new speak, new imagery and traditions stemming from resentments and fears manifesting themselves in ultranationalism, anti-globalism, anti-homosexuality, anti-transgenderism, anti-Marxism, anti-cultural Marxism, anti-intellectualism, anti-welfare, a war on the lying press because disagreement is treason, an obsession with heroism and machismo and weaponry, an obsession with conspiracy theories, a fear of others and dirty, criminal, animal immigrants who are invading the nation and who must be expelled. They're an invasion. Put them in camps. Or, I guess, if I had to use facts and logic, I'd say bad and wrong. Anyway.
Destroy, but man, this is probably one of the most brutal takedowns of any video you'll ever see in your fucking life. So if you're gonna watch a video, watch this one. It's an hour long, but every minute is worth it, and it's hilarious. The way this dude lays down the law on Ben Shapiro is fucking just spectacular. Huge fan, and it's amazing that I have more subscribers than Cody. Like, that's everything that's wrong with YouTube. There's no way I should have more subscribers than Cody. So be sure to go subscribe to that dude. And this is a thing of beauty. Steve Shives pointed out. I can't agree more with Steve Shives. So basically, Adam Scott, who is one of the actors that was on Parks and Recreation, cool guy. Apparently, Mitch McConnell, Team Mitch, used an image of him in one of their ad campaigns or on their Twitter or some shit. And Team Mitch, woo! You know, and they put this gif of him. And so he's like, Dear Mitch McConnell and all those representing him, please refrain from using my image in support of anything but your own stunning and humiliating defeat. Thanks, Adam. So they have a smart-ass response where they post this. Ice Town calls Ice Clown his town crown, which is a fake paper clipping from the show Parks and Recreations, because this guy's character on Parks and Recreations was a mayor of a town when he was a teenager, and he bankrupted the entire town by using city funds to build an ice attraction that basically bankrupted the town. So they post this to make fun of him, and so he responded, yeah, boom. You want to post a picture of me? I'll post a picture of you. Here's you in front of a fucking Confederate flag, you racist dipshit. Nailed him. Yep. Don't fuck with Adam Scott, because you fuck with the bull, you get the horns, Mitch McConnell. Learn your lesson. Stay in your lane. And you guys hear about this shit? So apparently there was a YouTuber who I never heard of, but his name was Atika or Etika. I don't know how you pronounce the name. But anyway, seemed like a nice enough dude, black dude. I guess he was a gamer, but also did other stuff. And he had a relentless war online with Keemstar, who continuously shit on him and put him down with stuff like this. Why is everyone claiming they are suffering from mental health issues? And he bullied this Etika guy. I'm getting a few tweets saying it's wrong to interview Etika because he's having mental breakdown you're exploiting. My loyalty is to my subscribers, but I'll put it to a vote. Yeah, vote if I should interview with this mentally ill guy and add on to his mental illness. Recorded an interview with Etika. He started yelling and rage quit. He mad because I called him out for being weak. Yeah, he's so weak, isn't he? Dear Etika, normally I would say stop going crazy, but there's no news going on, so go full July 15th, baby. Yeah, this guy's such an awesome dude, isn't he? And so here's some more. So basically, I gather from you all is that it's trendy to have a mental illness in 2019. I'm autistic, dyslexic, social anxiety, bipolar, sociopathic, narcissistic, OCD, schizophrenic, PTSD, ADHD, manic, alcoholic, dementia, gnome, and cooler than you. Mental illness is such a joke. You guys are just fucking weak, aren't you? The drug companies invent all these illnesses so they can sell drugs to morons. Social anxiety 100% is fake, invented illness, so they can sell you drugs and make millions. Stop being weak. You're just weak if you have social anxiety. That's all it is. It's just your fucking weak character. And of course, so this guy kills himself after you fucking bullied him, after you fucking made fun of people with mental illness. You fucking said they were just weak and shit. Now you're going to, in loving memory of Etika, support here, active minds and mental health awareness. Now suddenly you're all fucking supporting it and shit, right? You goddamn hypocrite. Fuck, dude. If this doesn't show people, like, how does Keemstar have any fucking supporters? Like, this just shows you right-wingers, conservatives, they'll fucking support anybody. They do not give a shit what a goddamn giant piece of dung you are, right? Just doesn't matter to them. All that they give a shit about is that you're a piece of shit and you try to own the libs. And it's all about pettiness, right? It's all about pettiness and making people angry. It's all it's based on. And Vosh had a fucking funny take, in my opinion, on this one. I'll read what Boogie had to say first. Boogie said, Reddit and other negative feedback Reddit and other negative feedback loops, combined with my mental illness, has made me suicidal as well. But I have been bullied my whole life, and it has in fact made me strong enough to endure it. Not sure I could be in Etika's shoes and survive it though. He has had it rough. And Vosh says, do you think that Boogie 2988 struggled to make Etika suicide about himself, or does it just come naturally? And that's true, man. Wasted no time making this shit 100% about himself. Everybody's bullying me too. I'm suicidal as well, but I'm just stronger. I'm just stronger than Etika is. He couldn't handle it. Yeah, fucking Boogie, dude. Not everything is about you, Boogie. Seriously, dude. Bad luck. Bad luck, Boogie. And this is what I was talking about before, where a woman accused Trump of rape. And Trump says, rape accuser, not his type. Basically, she's not attractive enough. If I was going to rape somebody, it wouldn't be her. That's basically what Sargon was saying, right? If there was enough beer in the world, I might rape you. If there was enough pressure, I might rape you. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's enough beer in the world to make me rape you or not. You know, you're not attractive enough to me rape you unless you have enough beer, unless I'm drunk enough to do it. Just the biggest shitheads in the world, folks. Like, that's who society is supporting. Very, very depressing to see. And this is some kick-ass shit. Look at the balls on this motherfucker. Holy shit. Outrunning a flash flood. He's like, uh-oh. Oh, shit. This ain't good. Yeah, run, motherfucker, run. He's like, yep, I'm going to. Look at this dude. He gonna make it. I ain't getting caught. Well, they gonna get you. It gonna get you. But he's like, nope, it ain't gonna get me. Hell no. Awesome. What a fucking badass. You did it, dude. You survived. My hat's off to you. That was fucking boss. Anyway, let's stop and read the chats and read the super chats. Gonna do the last 3 stories of the show, and I'm gonna end the show since we're already 2 hours and 54 minutes into it. So it's your last chance to get in super chats. Super chats before the show ends. D-Dog 2015. Cis girl or T-girl porn? Both. Like, I don't have any problem with T-girl porn. It's not really my thing. Usually I prefer cis girl porn, but occasionally having little dicks in there ain't a bad thing. I can get off on it. I like to see the little girly dicks coming. That's kind of cool. Like, you can fucking them in their ass and shit. You know, they don't have to touch their dick. They can just come and shit just by getting fucked in the ass. That's kind of cool to watch. Castrix Defiant. With so many Democratic candidates on the field, would a battle royal be a good way to their numbers? It would be interesting. Maybe a little Hunger Games shit. Put them out in the fucking field and give a couple of them a bow and arrow and see what happens. But no, it should be a battle of ideas, I guess. Otherwise, it would just be like buff young people winning, and that would be bad for our society. The progressive voice at $1.09 should Vegeta's final flash kill perfect cell. Dragon Ball Z? Is that what this is? I think this is Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. But yes, Vegeta's final flash absolutely should kill perfect cell in every way possible, in my opinion. I really understand what I'm talking about right now. Trust me. Ethan Davenport, $5. Remember that time Dee Dee Ramone made a rap album? Oh, God. Yes. I don't even... Who is this? Dee Dee Ramone. Is that like Joey Ramone's sister? I don't even know who that is. I know who the Ramones are. I want to be sedated. No, that's a dude. Dee Dee Ramone. Douglas Glenn Cloven, known professional as Dee Dee Ramone, was an American musician, singer, songwriter, best known, founding member, songwriter, bassist, occasionally lead vocalist for the rock band The Ramones. Okay, yeah. Shows you what I know about the Ramones. Didn't even know this is the name of the dude in the Ramones. And I did not know he made a rap album, but that sounds incredibly horrible. Let's see. Next up. Brian Batcher, $2. Talking Points credited in 2013 to Michael Bishop. Yeah, Michael Bishop was my pen name. I wrote a book under the name Michael Bishop. 7 Deadly Sins. I did a video about this before discussing my incredibly horrible book. I did not think anybody would buy a book from a guy named Dusty Smith, even though Dusty Smith is a way better name than Michael Bishop. So I wrote my book, 7 Deadly Sins, under the pen name Michael Bishop, and I did not know there was already an author out there whose name was Michael Bishop, and he was not happy that I was releasing books under the name Michael Bishop. But here's the thing. I had copyrighted the name Michael Bishop, so he couldn't legally do anything about it, but I felt so bad about it that I never released any other books under that name. But also, mainly the reason I never released any other books under that name was because my book was shitty and failed miserably in every goddamn way a book could fail. So that was the end of my writing career. So yes, when I released Talking Points back in 2013, I put it under the name Michael Bishop, which was my pen name. But luckily, I got over that. I realized that Dusty Smith is a way better name to use. I could just use my real name. And I got over my insecurity about my name. I used to be very, very insecure about my name growing up. Like when I was a kid, I used to make people call me Ray because that's my middle name. Call me Ray. I don't like Dusty. God damn it. Insecure Dusty. Get over it, dude. And Wally007, $5, just started watching the stream. You are a great person, my dude. Keep doing what you do. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm just doing the very basics I think a normal, decent human being would do. So I don't need a pat on the back for it, but I also always appreciate the pats on the back. HS Ross, $2. Kamala crushed Biden. So he isn't sure to win. No, I definitely a chink in his arm at this point. I thought that he was the shoe-in, but after that debate performance, definitely some light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully other ones will get him out of there. Card games on motorcycles. Hell yeah, that sounds fun. Thank you for that. And Snowy Snowman, $1. Appreciate that. All right, last chance getting your super chats. Got to finish up with these last 3 stories. Man, look at all this other shit that I had to cover that I'm not going to do tonight. I had all this shit, all this religious bullshit to cover, and I had all this shit to cover too. Man, could have easily done a 4-hour show tonight, but I'm only going to do a 3-hour show. And I have Vosh on the next show, so I probably won't be able to cover any of this show on the next show either. So maybe I'll do a secret hidden stream tomorrow night or something. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Let's see. All right, back. Last 3 stories of the night. Okay, here we go. Jesus fucking Christ, I've never seen a headline escalate that quickly. What the fuck? Women reject a man at party. He shot her baby in the head. Oh my God, dude. Seriously? Really, dude? This is why women need feminism, right? A lot of men think that they're entitled to women and they fucking freak out when you reject them. Let's just read a little bit of the story. Despite being rebuffed, God damn it, get off. No thanks, fuck off. Marcos Antonio in Chartia allegedly continued to hound the young mother. He followed her outside, taking a seat on the porch, and tried to pull her close and force her to sit on his lap. It was supposed to be a family gathering on the northeast side of Fresno, California, when reporters arrived at the putty-colored ranch house on Monday. Coolers were still sitting in the front yard, and a pink-blue banner was tacked to the window. Happy birthday, it said, in looping letters. But according to the Fresno Police Department, the weekend celebration turned tragic when a 23-year-old man couldn't take no for an answer and opened fire after a young woman rejected his advances. One of the bullets hit her 10-month-old daughter in the head, and the child has been hospitalized ever since. Oh, my God. Seriously, dude. Nobody owes you sex, motherfuckers. I know women rejecting you is very hard on your ego, right? I understand that. I understand men have not all men. Lots of men have incredibly fragile male egos. They just think they're the fucking shit. And if a woman rejects them, hey, that says more about the woman than it does me. There's obviously something very wrong and gross about her. She's obviously a fucking idiot in some way. But no, dude, you're obviously a horrible man, a horrible, disgusting, repulsive man that no one wants to be anywhere near. And you got rejected exactly fucking like you should have. And obviously, she saw exactly what kind of person you were. She saw right through you, and you proved to her exactly what kind of fucking person you are. You're a piece of shit, the exact type of person who should never be in the company of a woman, much less get the attention of a woman in any way possible. And so you can spend the rest of your incel life in jail for all I care, and you should. Let this be a fucking lesson to motherfuckers. And, oh, God. This may be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This may be the fucking, this is the apex of internet clips. Now, this is from last year. I never saw this before. I missed it. Vadim Newquist brought this to my attention, and holy shit, man. Chef kiss for this shit. Let's have a look.
After the 20th case of a kid saying he raped him or whatever. I mean, these are, when we say goblins, these are literal child-snatching creatures.
They're demons, Alex. And, I've heard you describe these people as demons over the years. And by the way, I've been listening to you for well over a decade. Thank you so much for everything.
No, brother, thank you. We're in this together, man. Thank you.
Brother, you're the reason my son isn't vaccinated.
You're the reason my son isn't vaccinated. I have no doubt, no trouble believing that whatsoever. That is very, very easy to believe, and that is not a compliment. But imagine saying that as a compliment to somebody. And yeah, dude, Alex Jones, you're the reason that my niece wasn't vaccinated as a baby. Absolutely. You are the dumbass that convinced my dumbass not to vaccinate her. And that is why Alex Jones is so fucking horrible. This is why people like Facebook do not want to platform Alex Jones. This is why places like YouTube do not want to platform Alex Jones, because he spreads harmful lies and bullshit information that hurts our society and that idiots like me fucking listen to. So it's not hard to understand whatsoever why these big platforms don't want to fucking platform. And it's really easy to understand, and they have every right not to want to be a part of it, right? And We're going to finish up with this. Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly mad because certain lefties want slavery reparations. And Bill O'Reilly, this is what Bill O'Reilly has to say about it. Bill O'Reilly be like, slavery reparations is a far left favorite because it does a number of things. It reinforces the radical belief that the United States was founded by racist white men who installed a system whereby white guys would run everything and black women and others would be exploited. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. What are you talking about? That's exactly 100% what happened, dude. But Bobby Lewis is pointing out, man forced to pay millions to his victims comes out against reparations. That's exactly right? You had to pay reparations, didn't you, Bill? You had no fucking problem paying. Well, you might have had a problem, but you fucking did it. You did it real quick to silence these women, didn't you? Shut them up. You paid reparations real quick in a hurry, but when it comes to other people, no, man. That's bad. Let's not do that. So anyway, as always, Bill O'Reilly, giant fucking hypocrite. Fun as shit to dunk on him. And that's about it. We're over 3 hours into the show. Gonna finish up by reading the final super chat. One last super chat. Are you familiar with Gillibrand's proposal to get money out of politics? I should know this, but does Bernie have a superior proposal for doing this? I think Bernie does have some different proposals of getting money out of politics. I don't know if it's Gillibrand's proposal or not, but yeah, Bernie definitely wants to help get money out of politics, wants to make sure that money is not free speech anymore, because that's actually a incredibly ridiculous concept that gives power to just a very, very few people that have all the money. And definitely we have to change it as soon as fucking possible, and hopefully he'll get in there and do that. So let me just finish up by reading the regular chat a little bit. See what you guys have to say. By pedos are goblins, though. Yeah, I agree that pedos are goblins. No doubt about that. If you don't support black reparations, you're a racist and will get canceled. I don't know about that. I mean, I think there's an argument to be made both sides. I just don't think Bill O'Reilly is the one to make that argument, right? Jesus does that. It was hard to watch. Please give trigger warnings, man. Okay, sorry. Trigger warning. Donations, links in the descriptions. Yep. Donate. All right. Vadim and Cece are doing a part 2 of Sargon. That's good. Vadim's latest video, he did a Bohemian Rhapsody parody of Sargon that was very good. He obviously put in an incredibly large amount of time, and it shows, so you guys should go support Vadim. Let's see. Vadim is cool. Yep, I think Vadim's cool. Nice guy. Praise God, she should have submitted to her husband. True that. How come you never talk about toxic femininity? I do. You just don't watch the show. I've mentioned toxic femininity before. I just don't mention it as much because it's not as big of an issue as toxic masculinity, but it's something I have talked about. All right, so that's it for the show, folks. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'll be back fucking Monday with Vosh. For those of you who hate Vosh, please forgive me. For those of you who love Vosh, you'll get to see him Monday, and I don't know much about him, so I'll be finding out what he's all about, asking him questions. So you guys tune in for that. As always, please consider supporting me on Patreon. $1 or $2 a month helps. $5 helps even more. $10 helps even more than that. Every little fucking bit helps. Please support LeftTube. Please support what I'm doing so I can continue to do it. Otherwise, this podcast is going to go away. So, see you guys Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. As always, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I fucking love the shit out of you guys. I'll see you soon. And as always, till next time, say it with me. Logic. Fuck yes. Thanks, dudes. Really appreciate it. See you guys soon. Boom.